Coffee and Makeup is streamed in front of a live YouTube audience. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are you? It's fine and dandy Thursday morning. Yes, Mister. No, you can't come on the stream today, I'm afraid. No, he's all upset because I'm not letting him on the stream with us today. But anyway, good morning, everybody. How are you all doing this fine and dandy Thursday morning? Welcome to Coffee and Makeup. My name is Lisa. This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. Thank you to you for choosing to watch this. Katrina B is here. Hello, Katrina, my darling. I hope you are well. And if you are watching this on the replay crew, good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you, wherever in the world you are, whatever time it is that you are watching this. Our puppy has decided to be a very playful boy this morning already, and he's not happy that he's gone into his bed while I'm doing the live stream. He's really not happy about it. He's got his new pig, got a new little pig squeaker toy and everything, and he's just not happy. He just wants to come out and play and be manic, but you know. So then, everybody, I've got to say I'm awake. I have had a bit of a rough night with my tummy and everything. So yeah, a bit of a rough night, but I am here. We are live. I've got my coffee. I've got my backup coffee. All is good. And I've got the makeup sorted out for today. I don't know whether you saw earlier, I actually put a post up on Instagram. No, I didn't. I put a post up on Facebook earlier on today doing a poll as to what palette I should use today, and whether I should, or not technically, I wasn't asking what palette to use. I was saying, should I go higher end? Oh, there we go. Should I go higher end drugstore or bargain budget, sort of super budget? And it looks like bargain budget won out. So we have got today, we are going to be doing, the makeup we're going to be playing with is the W7. Oh, there goes my sponge. Going to need that in a minute. The W7 Blazin Palette. So this is what this one looks like. It is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. So that is what the W7 one looks like. So we are going to be using this to create a soft glam look. And basically what I was thinking is we'll do a look that is suitable for... Oh, hang on. I need to get my sponge. We'll do a look that is suitable. Where did it go? There you go. I've got it. Suitable for the festive period. So Christmas parties, New Year parties, things like that. If you are going out for a few drinks after work, assuming that we're all going to be allowed to still do that, bear with me. Then, if... Oh, I know, right? I normally get completely comfy before the start, but... as I say, the little boy was being a terror this morning, so I didn't have a chance to do that. Kirsty's here. Good morning. She says, good morning, Miss Lisa, Prince Eddie Munster, and everyone else. And then some emojis. I'm here listening and watching, if not commenting, as I have a Louis at home, so could well spend the live running around after him. I know the feeling. I've been doing that all morning with Eddie, but it's a bit easier with Eddie because I can just put him in his bed. Do you spy a neutral palette? You do indeed, Anita. Absolutely, it is a neutral palette. It's as I say, the W7 Blazin Palette. Now, on their website, it's on for $6.99, but I think I picked this up in B&M. I think it was B&M, and you can get these for like literally a $5. Less than that even, $3.99 sometimes. And you can also find them quite regularly in TK Maxx. So yeah, it's definitely one worth looking at. Kirsty, are you back on the grid? Please say yes. She is, Nate. She is back on grid. She is back on the grid, my darling. I know. Sunday was interesting, wasn't it? Sunday was interesting. She says, yeah, and we have no safety gates up yet in a new and very interesting 3-story house. So... Yeah, I can't wait to come over and see it. I really can't, actually. I'm quite excited. I mean, I'm glad that all of that stress is done for you, my darling. I am glad that that is a thing of the past. My top feels, it's very, very loose now. It's got very baggy, or rather, I've got a little bit smaller. But we'll talk about what happened at Slimming World a little bit later on the stream because, yeah, yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. Anyway, I'm just cleaning my table is what I'm doing. I know, right? This is the way my ADHD brain works. It goes, oh, there is some hair on the table and a bit of coffee that you've just dropped. And so therefore, the best time to clean it up is right now on a live stream, whilst also knocking your cheek and lip tint on the floor and the sponge back on the floor. Right, that's very useful, Lisa. Well done. Anyway, let's sort that out in a minute. So, yeah, what I wanted to do, Nee, is I wanted to do a look today that is very much for everybody. Okay, so I wanted to do a look that is because I know a lot of people they don't like colors. They're scared of colors, and colors, if you're not used to it, using a lot of bright colors can be very, very. It can be quite scary. It can also feel like you're going out in like drag makeup or you're going out really over the top. And if you've got a nice outfit on, you might want the dress to do the talking, or if you want to kind of, especially if you're somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup, you know, on the regular, then it may well be that you think, oh, it's Christmas time. I don't want to go too full on, but I want to have a little bit of a look. So yeah. Kirsty says, good morning, Major. I am indeedy. I'm in the middle of catching up on Sunday's live. Oh, thank you, Kirsty. It was a good one on Sunday. It was a bit hectic, a bit bonkers, but it was a good one. I think that was the front door. It's going to be one of those streams. It's going to be one of those streams. Bear with. No, it wasn't anybody at the front door. Oh my God. This is just going to be one of those streams today. But yeah, there was nobody there. There was nobody at the door. Oh, no, that's not the right message. There you go. Thank heavens, Kirsty. Yeah. We all need your address, Kirsty. Those of us that are allowed it, please. Currently bribing said Tasmanian Devil with good old Peppa Pig, but how long it lasts, we will see. Funnily enough, Eddie's in the cage, in the crate with a Peppa Pig as well. He's in his bed. So, yeah. Or not a Peppa Pig, it's a squeaky pig. Sounds like a good plan. And yes, it can be scary if you're not used to colour, but a basic neutral look can be glam too. Absolutely. And this palette isn't bad. She says, not that I've used it. It's been in my stash for over a year. Not that I've used it. To be fair, I haven't. So I do have a backup palette just in case, which is the W7 Pretty Please palette. Okay, and this one is, again, I haven't used this one either. I know. Hang on, I literally can't get this off the thing. Well, you can see it's not being used because the little plastic thing is still, attached. There we go. So this is the Pretty Please palette, and this is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Cherry, which is what I grabbed initially, to be honest, but this isn't available anymore. And so I thought, well, if I'm going to do a look that is like showing people how to do a more neutral, soft glam look, then if I do it for a palette that is still available and you can pick up widely, then I just think that's a better option. So that's why I've got the Blazin one, as I say. So this is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. This one I got in TK Maxx for $2.99. So it is worth having a look in TK Maxx. They've always got W7 palettes in. W7 have just launched 2 new ones as well, by the way. If you're into really neutral sort of browns and shades of browns, very much in the Morphe style, then W7 have got 2 new palettes out. One seems to be a little bit more goldy glam than the other. They're both on their website at $6.99. And they look okay. They're nothing spectacular. I look at them and think they're very basic, very boring. But equally, I know a lot of people really do like that neutral look. You've not seen that one. What? You've got the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, have you? Ah, so you'll be able to follow along because this is a very good dupe for it. It is. Well, I say it's a good dupe. It's a good dupe for the colour story. I don't know what it's going to be like to actually use it yet, but this is supposed to be an amazingly good dupe for the actual palettes. And I've got to say, when I did the comparison between the Riviera palette and the whatever palette by W7, the ABH compared to the W7, I've got to say then that the W7 one was good. You know, for the sake of $3.99, $4.99, it was a very good palette. Was it as good as the Urban Decay one, as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one? To be honest, no. But it was still a very, very good palette. Yeah, a very good palette. So yeah, we're gonna do that today. I've got a few other bits and pieces in front of me to use as well. We've got the Barry M Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Cream. So I'm going to use a cream bronzer and a cream blush. So I've got 2 cream blushes today. I've got the Kiss and Smink one that came in, I think it was a rocker box. And I've also got the one, oh, it's here. I've also got the one that is in my everyday kit, which keeps losing its lid, which is so annoying. And this is the, oh, hang on, there we go. This is the NYC Beautifying Blusher Bee. It makes no sense, but anyway, it's one of these. And again, it's in quite a nice soft pink. So I thought that would go really, really nicely today. You feel a tutorial coming on? Absolutely. That's what I was thinking, you see, because I know that for a lot of people, like I'm going to do, I've just finished the James Charles palette. I have just finished my last look, right? And what I mean by that is I've gone through all of the different color stories that I would wear, and I've gone through them all, and I've done a neutral look using them. I've used the pink and the purple, doing a really sort of pinky purple look. Obviously on the live stream I did the blue and the purple. I've used the greens, and I did the sunset look as well. So some of those I filmed as little tutorials. So they're going to be coming up on the channel. And some of them are just makeup, I've just taken pictures for. So yeah, I've got to say, this is a really good palette. I'm really, really, really surprised in a good way, in a positive way. And I'm actually really glad that this is in my collection now, because I know, having worked with it and having used it, I know that it is just a palette that I can pick up and do pretty much any look that I'm looking for from that palette. It's a bit limited with its shimmers and foils and things like that. So any of the sparkles is a bit limiting, but everything else, it's not a bad palette at all. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I have officially cancelled Rockerbox. So that's been done. I've had the cancellation note. So December's box is going to be my last one for probably quite a while, because I've got so many products. So yeah. What's that? Oh, yay to the cream. I know, right? Well, because you said about using cream. So I thought, well, seeing as we're going to be doing like a fairly neutral look, we'll use some cream contour, we'll use some cream cheek, we'll do a very soft neutral look, a very wearable look, a very everyday look, something that you can wear for work and something that you can also then glam up and wear out, because I've got a couple of tips with that. Sorry, delivery for the previous owner knocked at the door and then said, devil. Okay, so they said, they knocked at the door and then went, hello, Smith Family Robinson, Swiss Family Robinson, whatever. Mr. Eddie Play with your piggy. It's bedtime. It's nap time now. You've been up for a couple of hours running around in the garden, so now it's nap time. Yes, it is. Yes, Ruby, you tell him. You tell him, Rubes. So yes, yes. You are finding cream blush more flattering on your haggard skin. To be fair, I don't mind a cream blush. I've just got to remember to do it. It's a bit like concealer, which I've just remembered I didn't get a new concealer out, so I'm still going to be using the YSL or the Becca one today. I meant to get a new concealer out. But anyway, we're going to do that. I'm going to start with my skincare because we need to do the prep first. Renata is here. Good morning, Renata. Good morrow to the... So good morning. I hope you are very well, my darling. So yeah, that's the plan for today, really. That's today's streaming plan. To do my face, to do my skincare. I don't know whether we're going out afterwards. We're tending, because of the new variant and everything else, we're tending to be a bit mindful about that until we get our jabs. We're both booked in, I think it's next week. We're both booked in for our jabs. So our boosters. So yeah, that'll be good. Little man had his booster yesterday. Oh, little man. We took him to the vet. He doesn't like the car. Well, he doesn't mind the car. But yeah. What's that? No, massive knock at the door equals delivery, but not for you. So you had to explain to the driver that you didn't have a forwarding address. Then Louis decided to knock the TV over. So you missed the last 5 minutes or so. Oh my God. He's a little terror, that man. You're late with everything, so you overslept. No worries, Renata. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. It's always good to see you. It really is. Kirsty says, Renata, how are you, my darling? Long time no see. I know, right? That was my reaction. Right. Let me grab my skincare because I'm going to do my skincare routine because I'm getting really good this week. I've been really good at it. So, and I think it's starting to pay off again. But can you see? I keep trying to take a mouthful of coffee and I keep failing miserably. Right. Hang on. We'll do that first. So, both of our girls are in heat. Oh, I tell you what, I did save something for today. That's what I was going to do today. Oh, everything's falling over. That's all come out of there. That's useful. Well done, Lisa. Daft cow bag. Right, I did save something for today. I went on Feel Unique. So I haven't done a Feel Unique samples thing for the longest time. I really haven't, because I kind of was like, meh. So, but I thought, why not? It's been a long time. I keep getting emails from them. And with all the Black Friday stuff, I was like, I bought the makeup that I wanted to buy. I bought stuff that I needed to. Oh, hang on. Renata, what's that? Oh my word. You need to get your skincare stuff out. Your skin is appalling. Yeah, it takes a bit, doesn't it? Red Cap, good evening, good morning, Red Cap. Didn't sleep well, and now you're the grumpiest goblin. Oh, don't be a Grinch, my darling Red Cap. Don't be a Grinch. Sending you hugs, Red Cap. Sending you hugs, Matt. I love the fact that everybody now is just calling you Matt. That is now your name on here. Mind you, after months of being boxed up, it's probably gone off by now. To be fair, I doubt it. It should be all right. Hey, Sir Matt, says Kirsty. Yep. Renata says, hello, Kirsty. I've been away as you had a major spiritual crisis. But things are falling into their places now, so you're back as you feel sorted. Yeah, absolutely, Renata, my darling. Absolutely. Right, okay, this is what I got in Pick and Mix. So if you don't know, this is a sample service that Feel Unique do, where basically you pay $3.95 and you can pick 5 freebie samples. But then you get an email for the $3.95 back, you can use it as a code off their website. Now, I have never bought anything off their website. I always look at it, and then when I do a price comparison, like say if I was looking for a palette, I do the price comparison. That palette is normally £10 cheaper somewhere else. And so even with me £4 off, it's still cheaper to go somewhere else. So generally speaking, I find Feel Unique prices a bit inflated. But I do like getting some of their samples and trying some of their samples, particularly with what I've got today. So I picked up the facial radiance pads. This is, I think, is it a pack of... Yeah, a pack of 10 pads. So this is to exfoliate, tone and brighten, alcohol-free, safe for sensitive skin. So it's just some little, is that going to focus? There we are. It's just some little facial pads. And it's only slim, it's only like tiny, but it's just a little pack of 10 pads. And I thought, well, actually, I'm forever sitting down on one of these live streams and either messing up or I'm doing my face, and then I'm having to use my reusable cotton rounds and a bit of micellar water. Now, these are the ones I use for my nails, because obviously you can't use these again if you're putting nail varnish on, a nail varnish remover. So I've got some non-reusable ones, and I've found myself using them and like cleaning up underneath. And it's like, well, actually, I don't need those. I need to remember to bring in my little thing with all my reusable ones. But the problem is this lives in the back room with the rest of the makeup, and it's just bringing things backwards and forwards all the time. It's just a pain in the backside. So I thought I can just leave these in my little tub on the side here, and then they'll sit there. So that's why I picked those up. I also got the Filorga Time Filler Intensive. So this is one that I've used before. It's a serum and day cream, Filorga. It's supposed to be quite good. I've used it in the past. Again, it's just another little skincare sample. I'm not a great fan of skincare samples, generally speaking, but it's not bad. You know what I mean? The Filorga one's not bad. I've used it before. So to get another freebie little thing, it's fine. I say freebie, you know what I mean? It was like £1 or something. What was it? What's it work out at? About 75p each sample with free delivery, or, you know, you're paying your £3.95 and arguably it's 50p each for the samples and £1.50 for delivery. That's the way I look at it. That's cool. Those pads have been in actual item in Glossy Box before. Have they? Jesus. Wow. I would be so pissed off if that was an item in Glossy Box. Well, this is what I was saying about Glossy Box, and to a large extent Rocker Box. Like, increasingly, one of the 5 items, in my opinion, is freebie samples, at least one of them in every box recently. And so that's why I'm like, do you know what? I'm out. I'm done. But like this is a little sample of the Nars Mascara. It's the Climax Mascara by Nars. It's only a tiny little sample one. But to be fair, I mean, it's not a bad little size. And again, these used to come in the boxes, and that would just sit in my collection. I quite like sample mascaras because I've got so many mascaras that I find they dry up because I've got them all open and I use them, and you know, I test them for different things. I find they tend to dry out before they've you know, been used up. With the little ones, I don't get that problem. So I just thought this will be a good one, and I've heard good things about it. Now, I'm really funny with mascara. Some amazing mascaras that seem to work amazingly well on other people do bugger all for me. Absolutely nothing. They just turn my lashes dark. They don't do any thickening or extending at all. Other ones that other people have gone, oh, I don't like that, I've had really good reactions with. So increasingly, if I'm going to try a new mascara, I'm going to try and use it on a little mini, because then I get to see what it's like, see if it works well for my lashes, and then move on with a full size. And the last 2 items I picked up was a Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow foundation. It's the Instant Soft Focus Beauty Glow. Oh, it's a primer. It's a primer. Now, this is that going to focus? There we are. This is the Wonder Glow little primer, tiny little tubey thing. And again, I am so over Charlotte Tilbury, to be fair, because it's advertised all the blooming time. But I thought, I struggle with primers. I really struggle with primers. The Jecca Black's Glow Drops that I use every day, like those, because I mix them in my foundation, I don't really use them as a primer as such. They're part of the foundation. They give me that glowy look. which I really, really love, but it means I don't normally get a separate primer. And the ones I've tried, if they've got dimethicone in, they really don't work with my skin. So I'm starting to go through my primers and try and work out, I can't, there's no way I can read that. Oh, there is absolutely no way I can read whether that's got dimethicone in. So maybe I was going to say I'll use this today, but maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I just can't see whether that's got dimethicone in. Kirsty says, oh, Renata, poopy, that you've had a tough time recently, lovely, but positive news that you're now feeling on the other side of it. The energy certainly have been challenging us all. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I have been crashing out twice a day at the moment, every single day. So mid-afternoon I crash, and then after dinner I crash. And some of those crashes are for like 3 or 4 hours at a time. Horrendous. You've had some enforced solitude recently, and it's not only been very much needed, but now it's coming to an end. You're also looking forward to the new year. Absolutely. New. I feel a lot of positive energy coming in for next year. I really do. I feel like the end of this year has felt really just sluggish. Like the last couple of months, it's just felt like everything has just been 10 times harder than it needed to be. And certainly with our health, like my health has not been great at all. So, you know, it just feels like we need to get to a new one and then move forward. Oh, that primer is lovely. You hate to say it, but it really is. Okay. It hasn't got dimethicone in. Thank you. Maybe I will absolutely give it a try today then. I will do. I'll give that one a try. The other thing I got was the La Roche-Posay Redermic Retinol Anti-Aging Concentrate Intensive Serum-y thing. Now, again, with serums, I don't mind samples, because you don't tend to use, oh gosh, is everybody okay? Everything just got knocked and I head-butted the laptop. So yeah, this is what that one is. It's the anti-aging concentrate, as I say. It's only a little one, but I only use a small amount of these serums, so we shall see what it's like. We shall see, everyone. I'm not going to use that today because I've got my skincare routine sorted for now. But yeah, I'm really glad those pads are good there, and I'm really glad that if they were in a glossy box, then, you know, obviously a lot of people have tried them. So yeah, so that's all what I picked up from the Feel Unique. I did see, who was it? Diary of a Beauty Geek, Claire. She did a Feel Unique, and she actually got, oh, sorry, I know that's a lovely shot, isn't it? Right up my jumper. She actually got the Paul and Joe, this one, this, whatever it was, the Protecting Foundation Primer. She got this in her box. Or rather, she got this on Feel Unique. So yeah, that's going up to our lovely Kelly, Afflicted Beauty in that there, Scotland. So yeah, so that wasn't available when I went on, but I did see apparently it had been available, I think the week before or something. So yeah, I picked this up, I think about a week ago. So I think most of these items should still be available if you want to give it a try on the Feel Unique website. Not sponsored, not affiliated or any of that stuff. But yeah, go and have a little look-see. Right then, so my skincare routine at the moment is going really well. I keep having to dodge out of the sunlight. So yeah, my skincare routine's going really well at the moment. I am doing my morning routine every morning without fail. It's now... Oh, look. Wow. Hello. Yes, look. We've got a lovely... Your God's Destroyer. Well, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Peace and love to you, my friend. Peace and love to you. May you join your gods very soon. May you live in interesting times, and may you now be blocked forevermore from this channel. Bye. So then, yeah, as I was saying, my skincare has got really good. Oh, you missed the pads. What were the pads? They were Always Ultra. No, they weren't. They are the facial radiance pads by Fab First Aid Beauty. And yeah, they're just these little ones. There's 10 in a pack. And apparently Anita said that they were in a glossy box this year, so they're only 10 in a pack. But if you're traveling, they're ideal just to stick in your bag. But also, if you do even if you're working, right, you can have them in your desk at work, and then if you need to touch up your makeup, you can always take off a brown eyeliner or a little bit of brown under eye and put on a black one, add a bit more mascara, add a bit more sparkle, and go out. You know what I mean? So they're ideal for that. As I say, I'm going to have them in here because I tend to forget my micellar water and things like that when I'm taking my face off. So yeah. Little Miss Budget is here. Good morning, Little Miss Budget. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? You've been trying to get those from Feel Unique for ages. Have a look, Kirsty, because they were on. As I say, they were on. Well, hang on. I'll tell you when. This was sent out. This was sent out. Where's the little little return slip? This was sent. The order date was the 22nd of November. So what's that? 10 days ago they were available. So have a little look. Hi Ness. I hope you are well, my darling. Everybody's saying hello to Ness. That's lovely. I love our chat. It's such a lovely community. But yeah, have a little look. They were on there, absolutely. By the way, if you haven't already, we do have the giveaway running for the Slimming World Ultimate Curry Cookbook. It's linked in with the car vlog from Saturday. You had those pads in your pick and mix samples from Feel Unique. That's what I got, Ness. I got my pick and mix samples. So yeah, Kirsty was just saying she tried to get hold of some of those and couldn't. So yeah, I haven't seen your video on that yet. I need to have a look at that. You missed that, idiot, as you're searching for your overlocker threads. A large box full of them. Can you find them? No, probably not. But yeah, I just thought we'll go back on Feel Unique because I've got a whole box of samples. I'm going to do a video of I think I can just about do a full face of samples video. I think. I'm doing today, Ness, we're using a W7 palette. This is the W7 Blazin Palette. It's a dupe for the Urban Decay Heat Palette, Naked Heat Palette. So that's what we're going to do today. I haven't started with that yet because I'm just doing my face now. We're going to do the face first. So as always, starting off with the Argyle line from The Ordinary. I do also swap these over at nighttime with that Argyle Locks, because it's exactly the same thing, really, from that Skin Lab one that I got. So yeah, I do use those at night and use this in the morning. But as I say, my morning routine, I've got really good with. This is now part of my daily schedule because obviously now having a puppy, we need to have a bit more of a daily schedule. So I've also filmed. I've done a lot of filming. I just need to do some editing. I filmed the day in my life where we get up, sort the puppy out, check the Instagram, check Etsy and the shop for sales and if anything needs to go out for that. And then I sit and grab my coffee, do my skincare, and then do my face ready for the day. So yeah, it does. Ness, I watched your Iconic London palette video. You need to get that large Iconic palette I got in the Glossy Box Advent last year, and it's your favorite palette, and the shimmers are all stunning. Wow, are they? And it looks like they don't suit me, but I'm having to calm down on the skincare and go back to basics as I'm introducing too many new products. You know better. Yeah, it can be difficult, Ness. It can be difficult, but what I would say is it depends on what you're using, because if you're using retinols or anything like that, you need to build up to them. And some skincare you can mix and match, and some you can't. And it's one of those things that you've got to be a little bit careful with and make sure that the products play. And so for me now, I have started a whole brand new regime. But what I've got a couple of different options that I use depending on how my skin is. So if my skin is needing to be calmed down a little bit, if it's a little bit red, if I've gone out the day before, I've got a little bit of, you know, cold wind burn or something, then I go with the Dr. Botanicals hemp one. If I've got no other, if there's no like redness, no inflammation at all, then I just use the Elemis Marine Clean, this one, the Pro Collagen Marine Clean. I'm using that at the moment. And I must say, I really do like how that is all playing together. And the rest of it, I use, a lot of the products I'm using are stuff that I've already used before in previous routines. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's like this is the Revolution 5% caffeine solution with hyaluronic acid. Now I use this just underneath my eyes. I use it to depuff my eyes and basically just bring them, sort of give them a little bit of extra attention because it is an under eye serum. And I find that this works well. I don't know whether it works or not, but I've been using it for probably the last 3 weeks. And I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it just, like, it doesn't do anything bad, put it that way. And then any remaining serum I just rub into my forehead. You're not using retinols, okay. What have you been using then? Let's have a discussion, Ness. Let's try and work it out then. So what have you been using? What's your first step? What is your first step? While you do that, I'm gonna put, yeah, let us know in the chat. Right, everybody in the chat, we've got various people here, and I know that we've got various people that know a fair bit about skincare and stuff. So let's try and help Ness work out what it could be that's causing a reaction. So what's your first couple of steps? You had some glycerol pads from Aldi, right? Glycolic pads, sorry, and they were okay, plus Revolution Glycolic Scrub. Is that? But glycolic acid isn't glycolic acid, isn't that a, hang on. My brain's remembering something. Isn't glycolic acid, is that a retinol? Oh, I wish I had my other, oh, hang on, I have got my other box. Let me have a look, because I am sure everything goes flying. Oh, Jesus. Right, I am sure that, oh, it's not going to be in here now, is it? Oh, no, here we go. This is a glycolic, yeah, glycolic acid and RNA. I think you've got to be, I think glycolic acid is one of those products that you need to be a little bit careful of. I think that could be, yeah, how often have you been using the scrub, Ness? The pads might not be, I'm trying to remember, there is a thing about glycolic acid and I cannot remember what it is because, you know, fibro brain. This is the OK Illuminating Serum. It's a hyaluronic acid and B3 one. So I'm using this next as the next step. Micellar water, rose micellar water. Why are you using 2 micellar waters? Elemis toner, right? That should be fine. A vitamin C serum, an Aldi night cream, and an eye cream. Why are you using 2 micellar waters? Is that for a double cleanse? Because the way that I cleanse, if I've got makeup on, I use either a balm or I use like an old-fashioned soap type, but like a liquidy cleanser, so like the Nip and Fab one. I tend to use those with a what's it called? A microfiber cloth. So I use that first to take the makeup off. And then I go in with the tiniest amount of micellar water just to get my mascara and that off. And so yeah, because you like the rose one, well, just use the rose one then. Just use the rose one. Good morning to Ed. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anita saying you wouldn't use a glycolic scrub more than once a week. No, glycolic acid is one of those products that you've got to build up to, I think. At least I think that's right. I remember what's his face, James Welsh, talking about glycolic acid and being one of those products. But yeah, the micellar water, if you just like the rose one, use the rose one. That's always good. The Elemis toner, I mean, I've got a toner here. I'm never certain whether a toner is actually worth using, to be honest with you. I am going to try this one because this is the one that came in the rocker box, and I just want to see what it does, to be honest. But there shouldn't be anything. Oh, I can't see anything there. Oh, right. It's like glycolic toners. Build that up, and I don't use those more than 3 times a week. Yeah, I only use a glycolic toner. I've got the Pixie one's a glycolic toner. I only use that occasionally because I'm a bit funny about using a toner because I never quite know at what stage of my step to use it. After cleansing, apply toner. Oh, too late for that now. Too late for that now. I've just said. Yeah, I was thinking that, Kirsty. Kirsty's saying this, that maybe try swapping the micellar waters for something more like a cleansing balm. You're wondering if you're stripping too much moisture from your skin. Yeah, I only use micellar water is good at getting away things that are stuck with the oil. So if you use a balm, it tends to be a bit gentler to remove all your general face makeup. But what I would say, I mean, it could be the micellar. You're right, Kirsty. It could be the micellar water is too drying. I mean, it shouldn't be in theory, but a lot of people's skin does. Like I've got to be careful how much I use. But I literally only use it when I've done my first cleanse. When I've taken off like the rest of my face makeup, that's when I go in and use my pad with a bit of micellar water on, and I will just take off the little bit that always gets stuck in the corner of my eye, because I get a little dry bit there, and also the what's it called, any mascara, especially waterproof mascara, it comes off really easy with the micellar water. But try swapping that out, keep the rest the same because the serums and that will help. You're going back to coconut oil and facial wash for a bit. That's fine for getting your makeup off, but that's not going to do you any skincare benefits long term. And coconut oil can have, you can have reactions to that as well. It's something which it's fine. It is fine, but it can be a little bit, like people can have reactions to coconut oil. So just be careful. Yeah. Sorry about your bike, Ed. I hope you're able to sort something out. You've watched the first half hour or so from Lundy's live. Yeah. Again, sorry about that, Ed. I completely forgot. I realised after I watched it all back that you'd been talking about the bike. So yeah, sorry about that, my friend. It sounds shit. But what was that? Use toner after cleansing. It also helps with your skin being damp for adding hyaluronic acid and other serums. Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you look in Superdrug? They have a reasonably priced balm to oil cleanser, I think. Absolutely. It's not the coconut oil. You've been using it for over a year. Okay, it could be. How are you using the micellar water? Are you using that to take all your makeup off? Because it could be that that's what's drying your skin out, particularly if you're scrubbing it. If you're like scrubbing hard, that's one of the reasons why I like the balms. But we used to use oil to take our face off back in the day when I was on stage, because we'd have 6-inch thick bloody makeup. we literally just use baby oil to take the face off. That was the easiest thing. Put it on a towel, baby oil in your hands, rub it all over your face, soft towel, wipe it off, and then do a bit of skincare. That's what we used to do. Anyway, right, I've done my serums, I've got my eye cream to do, and then we're going to start with some makeup. Yes, right, okay, that's the problem then. This could be the problem, Ness. Before you swap anything else out, instead of using actually the coconut oil will be a good thing to remove your makeup. That'll be a good thing to remove your makeup. So try that first. Swap out the micellar water and just put a bit of coconut oil on your hands. Get it so it's like, you know, when it starts to melt a bit, get it so it's like all over your palms, melt it down, and then literally scrub that. Like what I would do is scrub. Use a soft microfiber cloth, like a makeup remover type thing. Use that damp. Use that. Go back in with a bit of coconut oil on your fingers, just on your fingers, and basically wipe that across your eyes, and then use that cloth, and then wipe everything off so everything's visibly off, and then go in with your toner just around your eyes, just to kind of to do that. I always do a vitamin. I always do a vitamins because I've just seen the word vitamin pop up. I always do a double cleanse. So I always do my balm cleanse to get rid of the makeup, and then I go in with either the, as I say, like the Nip and Fab cleanse, or I use just like a gentle cleanser on a pad to remove it, and then the micellar water just to get the crap from around my eyes. So yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're using the coconut oil for, then it could be that, yeah, the micellar waters, you're scrubbing too hard. It's probably what it is, Ness. You're taking all the layers of skin off. Vitamin C and niacinamide are good for skin texture, but don't use together. Yeah, use on separate days. Absolutely good advice. If you've been using the coconut oil for a while and it's only recently swapped to the micellar water, then yeah, it's that. Yeah, absolutely. So just use it really sparingly. If you like that rose scent, just use it really sparingly, and use it maybe just for taking your mascara off. That might help. And let us know, Ness. Let us know how it's going. Right, I'm using the Symbiosis London Hyaluronic Acid and Pulalan. This one you can't see because the light is blurring everything out. There we are. Look, there you go. You can just about make it out. So I'm using this. This is the eye cream. So I just use a tiny bit of this, but I do use, again, I go in with that caffeine-based hyaluronic one first, and then I go in with this over the top once it's had a bit of chance to kind of soak in, and I just lay this down as well, just to kind of really give it a good dollop of help. I know, right? Oh, little piggy. Is that your little piggy? Yes. No, mister. You're okay in there today. Right, and then final bit of moisturizer, going in with the LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream. I know, right? I know. Look at me with some LMS. Yes, mister. I know. It's because you're yawning. You're fighting it because you're tired, but you're wondering who Mummy's talking to. Yes, I saw. I will. Hang on. I will have a look. See back at the message, Ness. I can't remember what it says. Something about the 11th. Is that when you want to film, or is that when you want to go live? Or let me know what the 11th was for, because I can't remember. Because my brain is befuddled at the moment. Albie, how did you get your knickers off? No, you can get in your bed if you've got no knickers on. She's on, so they have to wear their pants when they're in the house. Eddie, bedtime. It's bedtime now. It is. He really wants to come out and play because he's like, oh, yeah. Let me know. Yeah, but is that when you want to film this, or is that when you want to do the look? And also, what are we doing? I can't even remember what we were going to do because I'm rubbish. I am so rubbish. It's just my memory is shot to pieces, my darling. It really is. Right, what am I doing? Where's my Elemis gone? Oh, it's there. Can't even see it for looking. Right, so all my skincare is done now. So that's all my prep. Just give it a couple of seconds for everything to really absorb into my skin. A full glam look for Christmas. Okay. Message me on Insta if you want to use a particular palette or anything like that, or whether we're doing Revolution or whatever it is that we're going to do. But yeah, we can certainly do. And let me know if you want to do a theme, like a theme, because like, yeah, we could do a theme, a color theme or something. Right there, I did put on the YouTubes earlier, I did put a poll up asking about whether or not we should be whether my hold on a second, everybody, one brain cell at a time. I'm trying to find the post that I put up. Where's that gone? Where's the posts? Oh, I can't find it. I know, right? Professional YouTuber. Right, go into your channel, Lisa, and then click on community, and then you can find the results. Yeah, 83% of people said they wanted the super bargain budget one. So that's what we're going to use today. So let's crack on and put some makeup on my face. I've got my foundation. I've got all of that sat here. I think I'm going to do my eyes first. And then if anything falls off or if the palette's a bit fallouty, then we will be able to do a cleanup before we do the foundation. That makes sense. I've been doing that more and more recently. It's really alien to me to do it that way round. But it seems to work better when we're trying new things in terms of new palettes and things, because there could be a lot of kickback and a lot of fallout on here. I've got absolutely no idea, to be honest. So we will have a look-see at that. Right then, so, oh God. Let me just, right. So we're going to use this little, should I use this little brush? No, we're not going to use this little brush because I can't actually. Oh, I can. I've got it. But these little brushes are absolutely useless that W7 put in. Absolutely useless. Like they are cheap as all hell. Actually, that might be all right for a little placement brush, but to be honest, they are rubbish. You swapped, Anita says that you swapped to doing your eyes first a while ago, and it's weird to get used to. The look doesn't look done until your base is on. Absolutely, it doesn't. And you can look really overdone, can't you? Eddie, it's bedtime. It's bedtime. You're yawning and everything, so you're tired. So it's sleepy time now. So no, sleep time. Bed. Good boy. Lie down. Have a sleep. Literally like having kids. Literally like having kids. Right, let's crack on then. So I've got, let's go in with, we're just going to go in with this lightest shade. So there's no shade names, but we're going to use this lightest shade here. In fact, should we do some swatches first? Shall we do some swatches? Bless little Eddie, his noises are the cutest. I know, right? They are at the moment. They're not at like 5 o'clock in the morning when he decides that he wants to go for a play. But yeah, he lies on top of, he's got a koala toy, like a big cuddly koala, and he lies with his head on top of it like that. And he's like, oh, it's the cutest thing in the world. Anyway, right, let's do some swatches. So let's see what they feel like. Okay. I mean, I don't like this format of palette, to be fair. The ones that look like the ABH, the Urban Decay, it's not my favorite anymore. Right, so that's the first shade. It's definitely there. You can see that one. That's a bit lackluster. Oh, that's a nice shimmer, a pinky shimmer. And and that's a matte. So they're going to be really, really pale just there. And obviously with the big light in front of me. Oh, I haven't got the light on in here. That's why everything's looking so strange. Hold on. Right, I need that light on. That's why everything is looking very odd on camera. Hold on a second. Oh, right, you stay there, good girls. There we are. There we go. Oh. There we go, and then the UV lights will come on because that will help as well. They should have been on already. Right, oh gosh. Oh, good idea. No, good idea actually, Anita. A base might help the colours pop a little bit. That's actually true. Well, that's what it looks like. That's what the first four look like on my arm. So they're definitely there. It is a very... So everybody, I've just been swatching the wrong palette. I was swatching the cherry one. Right. That's not the right palette. This is the palette. This is the one we're using. God's sake. Right. Delete that. Delete all of that. Let's try this again. Right. Take the swatches off my hand. I was looking at it thinking, that's quite yeah, anyway, right. This is the one. This is the one. So we're going to swatch this one. This is the one that is still available to buy. And this is the one that is like the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So they just feel, they just feel like eyeshadow, to be fair. Oops, that's going to be wet now. Right. Shall we do on the inside? Can you see on the inside? You can. Right. We'll do on the inside then. We'll go, there's the first one. It's not really showing up on camera, but you can see it in person. You can. That's very something and nothing, that one. That's okay. But again, these swatches aren't going to be the best because my fingers are too fat for the thing. So, they're there. They're there. Let's go with the next four. Wipe my hands off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm not pressing too deep in. I'm not pressing too deep at all, just so we get a fair sort of look at the swatches. These ones look a little bit better, to be fair. That's a bit flaky. In fact, that's very flaky, that one. That one's not bad. Yeah, these ones look okay. Look, they're all showing up. So what's that? The first 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the last 4, because there's only 12 colours in here. And they feel fine, to be fair. They do feel fine. They look quite impressive on the fingers when you're doing the swatches. So yeah, they look okay. A bit chalky, to be fair, as in the texture, not the actual sort of colours. But these look okay, actually. These don't look too bad. That's a bit patchy. That darker brown one is a bit patchy, but that one's really nice, actually. That foil at the end. Yeah. So that's the palette. Okay. They don't look too bad. Kelly's here. Hey, everyone. This is the W7 Blazin Palette. Yeah, like Blazin Squad, innit? Because we are so down in hit. Well, don't do that, Lisa. Just no. Just no. Even taking the piss, no. You're doing this on the internet and somebody can grab this and use it in 10 years' time when you're a rich, famous person. Never going to happen. But yeah, so this is the W7 Blazin one. Let me do those first 4 again, because I think that could have been like swatch error rather than a quality issue. So that one, it is very patchy. That one's quite nice. Yes, Eddie, I know you are there. You are definitely there. And then, yeah, these last 2 are just very pale. So I don't think it's too bad quality. It seems to be okay. it's certainly got a range of colours with some warmer tone ones. For me, I wish this had like a really nice pop of gold. That's what I wish. That would make this palette, that would make the colour story make a bit more sense to me, if it had like a really nice gold, because it's got the warm browns and the oranges and the sort of the slightly more reddish tones, the reddish browns. It's got those tones. I think it just needs like a really nice pop of gold just to set it off. But I quite like that so far. Okay, the swatches aren't bad, but I do take your advice, Nee, and I will put down a base of some description. Right, so maybe this is where the Becca, where is it? Where is my Becca highlighter? Because, not highlighter, my Becca concealer. That's the one, because this has got a much thicker formula. So this one, it might actually be all right as a base. How are you, Kelly? How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right, my darling. Ness was asking about, or we were talking about Ness's skincare earlier. And we were talking about I can't even speak, glycolic acid, and stuff. So, oh, I've got a bit of. No wonder that wouldn't come off. That is really stuck to me. Oh God, come on. I've got a little tiny bit of yesterday's mascara, but it does not want to come off. That has already gone through. There we go, I've got it. That has already gone through a double cleanse of my skincare last night and a double cleanse this morning, because I cleanse on both. And blooming yeah, that, what? I've just been distracted. Kirsty says, you've just been doing a Feel Unique pick and mix, but you've managed to get the pads and the Nars Mascara and the Wonder Glow. Yay! So you got the same as I got. Yay! That mascara looks really good for part of your five a day. Part of your pick and mix. It actually does look really good. Right. This Becca concealer, I know Becca's gone bust, but also this is very old, like very, very, very old. And it's very, 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 very thick. So because it is so thick, as a concealer, it's a little bit of a meh. But as an eye base, it actually reminds me a lot of the MAC, not the Painterly paint part, the lighter one, that, because Painterly is the one that's like a little bit almost like a transition shade for me. But yeah, the lighter one, but the paint pot sort of formula, once you've actually blended it out with your fingers, it really does have that kind of sticky element, which is great, but you do need to then powder it to really set it. But to be honest with you, if we're going to put eyeshadow on the top of it, this might work really nicely as a base. Now, this is going to be famous last words because I've not tried this before. So this is probably going to grip to the eyeshadow. And then because it is a cheap eyeshadow, it's probably not going to move around too much, is it? But anyway, let's go in with the light. Again, I'm worrying about the brush coming out. Yeah. You saw them on there earlier today, Kirsty. Nice pics. Yeah, I got the same. That's why she got them. That's why she got them, Kel. The Climax Mascara. I think this is really good, you know. I'm going to use this in a minute, the Wonder Glow Primer. And the other thing as well, the pads. Yeah, the little pads. Can't go wrong, really, can you? For, like, as I say, I always think of it as 50p an item and £1.50 for postage, because I never use the codes. But if you use the codes, if you're going to order something else off Feel Unique, it's almost worth getting it, because then they are free samples. But if you're not going to order it, then it is only 50p per item. Right, okay, let's put the other light on again. Oh, bright light, bright light, bright light. Does that help or not? Like, what do people think? Is that better or what? Like, forget that bit of sunlight there. Is that better or not? All Lisa's fault. Got to christen the new house though. Exactly. I mean, what did everybody do for Black Friday? Did anybody pick anything up in the sales in the end? Stop it. Just stop. He's so cute. Let's have a look. Kelly, you were checking out the beauty kit earlier too. They've got quite a few nice picks in there at the moment, although they should be adding more very soon to the selections. I've not done their beauty picks. Isn't that the one that's like 15 quid and stuff? I mean, it might be worth looking at. But again, do you know what? This year, right, I'm going to do a video about the low buy year, because this year really has taught me, like, FOMO is really not something I need to worry about. I am missing, to be honest, I am missing the daily unwrapping of an advent calendar. That I'm missing because it doesn't feel very Christmassy without that now. But I'm not missing adding a load of products to my collection that I might not actually like. I think next year I might do what Anita's done and actually kind of, do a different style, like between friends or something, because I think that might be a better way to go. It just feels really weird not having an unboxing every morning. But I don't need a load of stuff that's just made for an advent calendar. Do you know what I mean? You only picked up a Rimmel setting powder for half price. Oh, in the Black Friday sale. That's not bad, though. That's not bad. So Black Friday, as we know, you got the Glossy Box Advent Calendar, plus on Beauty Bay, you got the ABH Brow Freeze, as it was down from 25 to 10, and some liquid blushes. Wow. Kelly, you were a bit naughty. And you have a wee pile to fit into my collection. Also grabbed a few things for giveaways. Yeah, wow. I think the only thing I bought for myself was that BH Cosmetics palette, apart from, the entire Hocus Pocus Colourpop collection and the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. Apart from that, It's fine. You really enjoy saving items all year to put in a friend's advent calendar. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. I really do. I think it's a great idea. And certainly something, because what boxes do you get now, Neat? In fact, what boxes does everyone get? Because I am thinking next year, if I'm going to do a box, I want a more makeup heavy box next year rather than skincare. So I don't know whether Look Fantastic is the only one I haven't tried, so I don't know whether to go for that. Like Birchbox with the small size samples. I probably am not going to go for a rocker box because of the amount of skincare. I'm definitely not going to do a glossy box for a while. So, and obviously I'm not going to do Pretty Obsessed or the other one, the Beguile box, because they were just absolute rip-offs. So I'm not going to use either of those. So what does everybody get? What does everybody recommend? When you really add it up, you got some items, to be fair. No, just the entire Hocus Pocus Colourpop Select Collection, the BH Cosmetics Flower Power Palette, a whole bunch of foundations, the Boots Beauty Box thing that I unpacked last week, the Nightmare Before Christmas palette, and yeah, that's all. Apart from some Christmas presents, I did pick up some Christmas presents. So yeah, overall, I've kept it quite simple this year. Oh dear. Right, okay, so that is the pale colour. That is the pale colour on, and I've only got it just in the inner corner so far. What's that? So you've cancelled all your boxes and signed up for Cohorted. It's just one box. It's more expensive, but it's full size, decent brands. Like December is a Rodial takeover. Rodial, whatever. Okay. I've heard of Cohorted. I'm not sure about it. You'll dip in and out of others if there are any decent ones. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking, to be honest. But I've got so much. I've got so much in my collection. But if there's a good makeup one, then I almost wish that our Kirsty lived nearer, because then I would suggest maybe going for a not a birch box, a beauty box. No, Beautylish. No, what's it called? The American one. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember what it's called. Right now, you're subscribed to Lib, the Beauty Kit, FabFitFun, Degusta Box, and Craft Gin. Anything else you dip in and out of? You've just panned another shade in the Sofx Extra Spice palette. BoxyCharm, that's the one. Thank you, Kirsty. Yeah, there's no point getting it on my own, purely and simply because there's that much makeup in there that it's not something that I think is for the size of my collection. Like, I don't need. Let me get some other colours on. Right. Thank you. Bedtime. Lie down then. Lie down. Ruby's lying down. Albie's in bed. Just have a little lie down. Have a little sleep. Yes, I know. Look at you yawning. Yawning. Tired boy. No. Go in there. Oh, gosh. You sub to FabFitFun too. You love it, to be fair. You mean that Sunday Riley retinol? What? That Sunday Riley retinol was worth more than the entire cost of the box. Okay. Well, I've got to say, talking about the cost of the boxes, did you see the Rocket Box Mystery Box video that I did? £497.98 was in those 5 boxes. Literally, or in those 4 boxes, so £125 on average per box. Do I think it was actually worth that? No. However, those are the prices. When I've looked online, those are the prices for the individual items. But, like, would I pay £80 for a skincare, for a moisturiser? Probably not. Now you've actually got moved once you're a bit more sorted. Yeah, absolutely. I think it could be an interesting video. Looking at the beauty BoxyCharm, because once you pay for the shipping on top, it does make it a bit more expensive. But because you use that ship it to, but I don't think it's overly expensive for the products you get. So, thinking. You're addicted to FabFitFun right now. You've got it coming in a box too, Nee, along with a few mystery bags from the Black Friday sale. What, from FabFitFun? FabFitFun. When you watch that Rocket Box, you liked your idea of buying 4 and splitting them up into presents for people, then they're worth it. Yeah, absolutely. I've also seen on the Rocket Box website, the mystery boxes are down to a £5. They've got some different ones though. Eddie, is there any need to be making that noise? I know you want to come out because Mummy is talking, but it is bedtime. Yes, Ruby. No, Ruby, no kisses. Albie, no, get down, because you haven't got your knickers on. Right, go in. Oh, Jesus. Can you go into your bed? That's it. You go in your bed. Good girl. Ruby's going to drink a gallon of water. Oh, gosh. Those mystery boxes were okay, and it's okay to give us presents as long as those people don't also get Rocket Box. Otherwise, they'll have repeats. Exactly. That's the thing, isn't it? That is the thing. Right, I'm going on with some more makeup. So all I've done is put the lightest colour on my inner corner. I always do that first because it's a tip that I learned from being on stage. If you use your lightest colour on the inner corner before you put other eyeshadows on or even put a white on, basically the light, when it comes through, can come through the other shadow and bounce off that pale colour underneath, and then it bounces, so it actually looks brighter. That's enough, Ruby. You don't need to drink all the water. Ruby, you don't need to drink all the water in one go. No, you don't. You can get up if you want to, but then that's that. I've done that. Right, yes. Right, so for a glam look, I'm going to go in with, as a transition shade, the one that is, hang on, one, two, three, four. Yeah, 4 shades in. So it's this kind of soft, warm, a soft, warm, neutral brown. So it's almost just like a beige, really. But it's the one that is cooler toned rather than the warmer toned one. So that's what we're going to go with first of all. And again, I'm just placing this on what we're going to do. We're going to place it on the outer corner. Actually, that's darker than I thought. Look at that. Right. Okay, so we're going in. We're going in on the outer corner first, and then across the crease line. And I've got to say, Eddie, I've got to say that is actually gone on really nicely, really nicely. Like, as a swatch, it was rubbish, but that, whether it's because it's got that base on, I don't know, but that has absolutely gone on a lot better than expected. There we go. So the box that nobody's mentioning is look fantastic. I thought that was actually quite a good box. Is it not a great one anymore? Eddie, bedtime. No. Mummy's going to ignore you now. That's what I'm going to do. It's bedtime. You need to sleep. Yes. Night time. Nights. Good boy. Night time. Yes. I can see you yawning. He's like, anyway, no, Eddie. No. Right. Operation Ignore Eddie is so hard to ignore because he's so cute. This has actually gone on remarkably well. Like, if anything, it's gone on a little bit darker than I was actually wanting it to. But look at that. Look at that. Like, that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Like, I'm impressed. Okay. So then I'm going to skip a couple of shades and go to the 6th one here, which is this warmer, sort of slightly orangey toned one. Or do I want to go for that? Do we go orange or do we go slightly pinker? No, I am going to go for that one. Just a little tap, a little tiny bit on the brush. And I'm even going to tap off, right? And that'll happen nighttime, so not. No, I know, right? You've cancelled Look Fantastic. It was getting a bit hit or miss, like Glossy Box. Wow. You're still undecided as to whether to do another year's sub of Lib when they do the offer at Christmas for a year up front. You see, I've checked in with Latest in Beauty a few times. I love the fact that they've got the hemp moisturizer. I mean, you know that if I was getting Latest in Beauty, that would be my monthly pick every month. And I have checked in a few times, and there's nothing that I've been like, ooh, I want to resub. But again, I've got a different mindset these days because I've got so much makeup. Let's just see how, oops, I tapped too much off. Because I've got so much makeup and so much skincare, it's like, wow, that's really good as well. Look at that. Look at that. You can see where I've added that in. Wow. Okay, this is not a bad palette. This is, why have I had this in the drawer for over a year? Literally in the drawer for over a year. 2019 this would have been. I am so bonkers. I mean, it's not exactly a color story that massively speaks to me because it is so neutral, but it is a very good neutral palette. So yeah, you can see, look at that warmer tone. That's actually going on really nicely, really nicely. Just with that fluffy brush, takes very easy to blend out, but doesn't disappear into nothing. Let's just take that along the crease line. I like this palette. I do. I mean, I haven't tried the Urban Decay Naked Heat one yet. I haven't tried that, so I don't really have any comparison. But actually, I like it. I do. I also know every time I do my face, this side always goes a bit lower than this side. If you notice, this side I get a nice like angle up like that, and then this one is always a little bit sort of rounded. What's that? It's the dupe for the Naked Heat. Yeah, it is. It is, Ness. It is the dupe for the Naked Heat. Absolutely. What's that? Why don't I try FabFitFun? It's quarterly and they do lifestyle items too. Okay. What number in the palette was that? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far, the 6th one, I've used the first one on the inner corner. I've used the 4th one as a transition shade. And then the 6th one, I've gone in to deepen that up and across the crease line. So I think that at this point, I think I might, do I do a halo eye? Do we go for a halo eye, do we think? Or do we go for, what do we think? Maybe a halo, or maybe just a cut crease. Maybe we could do a little bit of a shimmery cut crease. I don't know. First of all, anyway, let me get another blending brush and I'm going to carry on blending this because I want to see. I'm trying to be mindful of keeping it a fairly neutral, fairly wearable eye look. Where's my other blending brushes gone? It will be right in the bottom of my brush bag, won't it? Oopsie, don't fall off everywhere. Where's my blending brushes? Hang on, I just can't find my brush. I can't find my brush. Oh no, that's going to annoy me. Hang on, it's definitely in here because I sorted my brush roll out. There it is. There it is. Oh gosh. Right, and what did that fall on the floor? That was the Charlotte Tilbury fell on the floor. Right then, so there's my blending brush. So a halo eye would be nice. Oh, okay. You've never done a halo eye. Okay, we'll do a halo eye then. What, Ed, what's a halo eye? I'll show you, Ed. So a halo eye basically is where you have a deeper color on both the inner corner and outer corner. And then in the center, you've got a brighter color that kind of looks like a halo. So you've got the darker colors around the sides and the brighter color in the middle. So we'll do that then. We'll do a halo eye. So let me go back to my other brushes and I'm just going to use a smaller, no, that's not the one. That's the one. It's a Morphe M321, but it's just a smaller domed brush. So it's not the smallest, but it is a little bit smaller. And I'm taking that same shade, that 6th one in, that warm brown, that middle sort of warm orangey brown shade. It's sort of like almost a terracotta-y brown. Halo, halo, halo. You can see my halo, halo, halo. I know, right? Sounds lovely, that. Go for it. Thank you, Ed. So I'm just going to take this and deepen up from the inner corner and just deepen that up just like so. And there is a bit of a knack because I still want to have the very inner corner, this bit here, I still want this to be able to pop. So even though I'm doing a halo, I'm not taking it right into my eye or like onto the outside of my nose. I'm keeping it just a little way from the absolute corner. Does that make sense? So you see that bit there, that in a bit is going to have like a highlight on as well. So it will actually be a halo here with just a little bit of a highlight on the very inner corner. So again, taking a bit on that brush and then just placing it just on that corner, just on the lid, and then taking it up. Now, again, because of the hood, I need to take it a little bit higher than most people do if they haven't got quite as hooded eyes. So I'm literally opening my eye out wide, seeing where it needs to go on the skin, and then placing it and then letting the eye drop back down. So as you can see, look, that's quite high up, but because of the hood, it needs it. So I'm going to do the same with the other eye. So just see there, and I'm placing that color down first, and then I'm going to blend it out using that other cooler tone shade. So the fourth one in. So that one that we used as our transition shade, tapping off. Well, tap most of it off then. So just tap a little bit off, and then I'm just placing that again, and then using the fluffy brush just to blend those two together. So let's see how the W7 blends. Actually, that softened it up without taking away too much of the color. I like this palette. This is actually not bad. This is not bad at all. Again, I haven't tried the Urban Decay Naked Heat one, so I can't compare it to that. But just for the quality of this palette alone, it's usable and blendable. So, okay, going back in with the brush and just deepening up that color a little bit, and then blending it back out just to make sure that color is still there, even though we've got that soft edge now. So there you go, look. So the colors, it blends out quite nicely, going in with just a little tiny bit on this brush of that transition shade, that fourth one in, just on that edge, just to soften that down a wee bit, just as we go a little bit there. And the same on this side, just a tad, just to kind of soften that edge up, but also because I don't want the shadow with a halo eye, I want the focus to be on that center, but I like to have the smoked out look. You've got the Aldi version of the Naked Heat palette, and the W7 looks like the same shades as the Aldi one. It will do, because it's all the same. It's all the copy for the Naked one. So yeah, that's why. Kelly, oh yes, I still have the Petite Heat palette to send you over. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that'll be lovely if you can. That'll be great. I've still got that poll in. I've got a few things to send to you out as well, and I've not sent you the cat rice stuff yet, Ness, either. It will all be going out soon. I can't say times, because probably after this filming, I'm probably going to crash out and sleep for a few hours. So yeah, but it'll be going out soon. I just need to get my finger up my arse and get it all packaged up. Right then, so that is where we're at. So quite neutral for me, definitely quite neutral. I am then tempted, let's have a look with the shades. I am tempted to use, do we just use this? Or do we use, what color is that one going to be? Right. Wow, a bit crumbly in the pan, a bit of kickback. We're going to use the fifth shade in. So the fifth shade in here is a shimmer, and it's kind of a. No, I really wish there was a gold in this. I really wish there was like a bright yellow gold, because that might be too similar to that warm tone brown. Let me just hang on a second. Let me just work this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's that one there. So it is more pink than that brown. And then I'm just swatching them on my arm. I'm just swatching just to see whether, like, would that be a better match? Yeah, okay. So we're going to go in with the 8th shade on this one, right? The 8th shade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th shade here. It's a kind of slightly mid-tone. I would call it a mid-tone cool brown. And I think this should work with the warmer tones. So it should be quite a nice contrast. We shall see. Now, I'm not going to use on one eye. I'm just going to go in with my fingers. And then on the other eye, if need be, we'll go in with a little bit of concealer. So let's just see what it looks like without a concealer or any kind of base. So it's a very similar shade. It's a very similar shade. Okay, a very similar shade. Right, okay. Oh, on the top of that, we're going to add the one that was next to it. So the 7th shade. No, that's going to be too dark. I really wish there was a paler shade, you know, like a paler shimmer, because all of these look quite dark on the skin. Right, okay, so we'll go to the one next to it. No, it was the one, the 5th shade, neat. The 5th shade we're now going in. So that's the 5th shade. It's the shimmer. It's the slightly pinker shimmer. So let's see whether that works a little bit better. Okay, it kind of does. Yeah, that one works a little bit better. So that's going in just on top, right in the center. I mean, it's very subtle, but that does look quite pretty. But what I might do in a second is add a highlighter onto the eye itself, because I do quite like that. I am going to go back in with my little brush and just with that warm tone sort of brown shade, I'm just going to put that back in just where my finger's a bit fat. I'm just deepening that color up on the inner corner. Just like so, just so you can see that there is a shift there. I mean, it's quite pretty, to be fair. It is quite pretty. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up, how well it is showing up on camera. I don't know if that makes it. Oh, that makes a bit of a difference. Look. So you can see there is definitely a shift, isn't there? In fact, that actually looks quite nice. So yeah, let me go in with the, shall we just use that Becca concealer again? We might as well, won't we? Because that's what we used before. She says now, having lost the concealer. Where the hell did that go? I've got it. Right. So the Becca concealer, a little tiny bit in. We'll put that just right in the center on this eye and see whether that works better. See whether it does need a base, because I've got a feeling that it might need just a little bit of a base because it is a cheaper formula. Sometimes you do need to, as Anita was absolutely right. I think that is why the shadows are looking so pigmented on my eye itself, like the actual colors. And that's why I think it's because we've got that base down and it was a little bit tacky. I think that's the reason. So I am just going to tap that out just a little bit, but keep that sort of shape there. So there you are, Ed. That's what we call a halo eye, where you've got that central part just there, which is going to be a lighter shade. Okay, so I've just put the concealer on, and I'm now going to go back in with the shimmer color. So this one here, the 5th one in, just going to use that one on my finger. Oh, there we are. It's a bit crumbly in the pan, to be fair. Again, you probably wouldn't have this issue with the actual Urban Decay. So there we go. Look at that. So again, this side is just with the with the shadow on itself on the lid, and this side is with that concealer down. So what do we think? I don't think it looks I don't think it looks that different, but there is certainly, in real life, there is a little bit more of a pop to this side where we put that concealer. In fact, in person, it's quite noticeable. In fact, it really is in person. So I'm going to put some concealer on this one. Okay, so then, absolutely, with this palette, I recommend using that shimmer. Also, maybe try a wet brush. We'll try that in a second. I find that with shimmers, my finger is normally the best thing to use because the oil is in your finger. But we'll try a wet brush. I've got a little packing brush. So we'll try that, Nate, because that might be a good option for people. So got a little bit of a setting spray, and we'll just do a quick. And then because we don't want the brush to get too hard panned, just literally wipe it off a little bit. Because that's the only thing. If you're using wet brushes in your eyeshadows, you can get hard pan. But to be fair, you can get a hard pan anyway if you're using your finger. So I guess it's horses for courses, really. But there we are. So it picks up really nicely on a brush, I've got to say. Picks up really nicely. And then let's just tap that into place. Yeah, equally works just as well with a wet brush. Look at that. I like that. I think that looks quite good, actually. It definitely needs a bit of deepening up. So I am going to go in with, now at this point, Anita, you can kind of stop there if you want. I am going to deepen it up slightly. I'm going to try this. Do I want to go warm or cool tone? Do we go warm or cool? Let's have a look. We'll go, I think we'll go, I think we'll go for the warmer, no, we're going to go for the dark brown. So the dark brown right at the end, this one here, and I'm just using that on my smaller of the fluffy brushes. And I'm just going to place that on the outer corner on both sides, just to deepen that up, and a little tiny bit on the inner corner. Oh. There. And then using that blending brush, we're going to blend. So just take that up, blend it up into the shadow. And just into that corner of the crease just there. Blends nicely. Okay. I've got to say, I prejudged this palette. I was not expecting it to be this good, to be honest. When I saw that people had voted on the thing, I might do that vote every week, you know. I might do a poll every week. And when I saw that most people had voted for the W7, I was like, okay. Or for like the cheap ones, I was like, okay, I used the e.l.f. palettes a little while ago, so let's go for W7. And then when I saw that cherry one wasn't available anymore, that's when I reached for this. And I was, to be honest, I was like, I'm not hugely excited. So I've dipped my brush, the fluffy brush, into that dark brown, so that 11th color or that second color in from the right. And I'm just deepening, because of my hood, I'm just deepening that at the very base of that crease. Again, just doing that on both eyes. And then just on that inner corner, just like so, just to really give us that difference with that shimmer. I really like that. I'm going to stop there. I'm actually going to stop there because I could just keep blending and keep using and keep blending and keep going over. I'm just going to take now that first shade. I know I said I'm stopping, but I'm taking that first shade and I'm just going to use that as a brow highlight just to give that a little bit of same. There we go. And then I'm just going to slightly see if I can smudge that darker colour out ever so slightly just to smoke it out a little bit more. But I've got to say, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. In fact, I think that is looking quite good for a cheapo palette. I do, and in person you can't really, oh look, if I get really close you can see the blending. In person I actually think it looks a lot nicer blended than it's showing up on camera. Let's just see if we can get that slightly softer. Yeah, that's a bit better. Again on this side. There we go. Okie dokie. So that's that. I'm stopping there with that palette because I could just keep going and add lots of dark colors to it and keep on adding and adding and adding. But I think that is where we're going to stop with that eyeshadow. So what have I used? I used the first shade, the fourth shade, the fifth shade, the sixth shade, and the 11th shade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades on my eyes to get this look, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It blends quite nicely. It's quite easy to work with. It's got quite a bit of pigment when you apply it, but it isn't super pigmented, so it doesn't just like overdo a look. We are going to do eyeliner and all of that because that I think will absolutely pull the look together, and I am going to do the rest of my face. So then let's start with, shall I do the eyeliner first? Let's do the eyeliner first. Let's get this done. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. It won't kind of make sense until it all comes together in a minute. But I'm using the Revolution, this one, that one, the Revolution Renaissance eye one, that's what it's called. And again, if you've got a brown liquid liner, you could use that. That would look really effective with this look. How are you doing with your liquid liners, Ness? Have you had any more goes at it? Have you managed to conquer the beast yet, or is it still kind of one of those things you're just like, oh, I'll give up? Yeah, like let us know, because it is one of those things that, like, for the longest time I hated liquid liners for the longest time, and then something just clicked and I worked out that if I used the brush on its side, that I had a little bit more control and did smaller little bits, that I could somehow, that I could make it work. But for years and years, oh my God, it was just the bane of my existence. I was always known for using black eyeshadow. So everybody else would do these like amazing wing looks, and there's me tapping on my smoky black eyeshadow look, doing the whole Britney thing. You're finding tight lining is a little easier. Yeah, the only thing with me on the bottom line, if I tight line on the bottom, it comes off immediately. It absolutely, my eyes water so much that it just comes off, even if I use a like a waterproof one. Squeaky toy to little lady. That wasn't Eddie, actually. That was Elvie on Eddie's toy. She was just sitting on it. He's got a it's like a little space hopper, but it's a toy. It's about yay big, and it's just a squeaky toy, but it does look like a space hopper. Right, let's do the other eye. This is where it's all going to go wrong, or hopefully not anyway. But I definitely can't talk and do this at the same time. So there we go. And then just extend it slightly. So there, like so. You only tighten on top. If you put it on the bottom, it makes your eyes look small. Yeah, it can do, can't it? It can do. I really like the Britney Spears, like huge, thick black line. But these days, it just doesn't suit me anymore. With my wrinkly old eyes, it just doesn't, it doesn't work that well. But yes, there we go. Right, I'm on my second coffee. So the liner's gone on okay. I haven't done a massive wing, but there's a little bit of a wing each side, which is kind of evenish. It's as even as it needs to be, so that's fine. Oh, that is nice coffee today. I've got a bit of gingerbread syrup in it, so it is super nice that Rufus bought me. Right, let me just take this and join that there. There we go, and join that there. There we go, just to give a little bit more of a line. I'm going to do my mascara now as well. I've got to say, this L'Oreal, what's it called? This one, the Extra Super Lash by Rimmel, sorry, it's really good. I've used it all week, since last week, since I got that beauty box from Boots. It's really good. It's really, really good. Renata's on her second cup of tea. What tea is it, Renata? Is it like a normal Typhoo, like PG Tips type Yorkshire tea type thing? Or are you on a herb blend? Are you on a mint tea? Rufus is really into mint tea at the moment. Oh no, I'm not using that mascara. I'm going to try the Nars one. That's what I'm going to try. But this is really good. So if the Nars one's no good, I'm going to use this because it really has. It's almost a full slash effect. It really, really is. Really, 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 really. So this is the Nars Climax. So they've got orgasm on their cheeks and climaxing on their face. Where did he get it? Sounds proper tasty. I don't know. Rufus got it online. What, the gingerbread syrup or the toy? If you're talking about the gingerbread syrup, he got it online. If you're talking about the space hopper toy, he got it online. So let's look at the brush. Okay, quite a nice, there you go, if I hold it up against the thing, quite a nice thick wand. I quite like a nice thick wand. It's a thick brush, orgasm. Well, Climax. Yeah, it is a thick brush. I'm just seeing that, neat. Oh, there goes something through the post. Okay. It's not, I mean, it's okay. It's not doing anything to, I think I prefer, your cup of tea is Dow Egbert's coffee with almond milk and sweetener. How does that work? How does that work? Oh, right, neat. There you go. It needs several coats. Right. I was about to say that first coat is a bit rubbish, but we'll keep persevering. So give it a wiggle at the base, because you know that always helps, giving it a wiggle at the base. So how's everybody getting on with the planning for that there Christmas time? Like, we aren't, once again, for the fourth year running. No, last year was 2020. So yeah, so for the third year now, we're not going down south to see his mum and dad. We were hoping to, but obviously with this new variant, and I know people are saying it's fairly mild, but we just don't know, like with Rufus's health, how that's going to affect him, or with his mum who's still recovering from her surgery on her back and her neck. It's just too risky to go down in case she picks it up. I mean, his mum's 72, his dad's 77, so it's just too risky at the moment. So we are having another Christmas just here with the two of us, with our fur babies. And I think this year we're not even going to be doing like, I might not have anything to unwrap under the tree. Because I mean, we'll probably get each other like stocking filler bits, but to be honest, we've got so much stuff, and like I know that like there's nothing I really need. You know, I could get some makeup, or I could get, it would just be getting stuff for the sake of getting stuff. And the same with Rufus. Like I said, oh, because every year I get him t-shirts and underwear, and he always gets like 2 or 3 t-shirts. And he was like, don't get me any t-shirts. I've got a wardrobe full that I'm slimming down, I can get into again, so I don't need any more. It's like they're all next to new, because he basically he looks after his clothes. Mine just get dumped wherever, but he does look after his clothes and that. So yeah, it's one of those things really. So we're like, I'm going to get him a game for the PS4 that he wants. I think it's about 55 pounds, because they're bloody expensive now, PS4 games. I think it's about 55 pounds for this particular, I can't even remember what it's called, but or he said he's apparently seen it in game for 43. So I'm going to get him that. But then we don't do perfumes and aftershaves anymore. So, you know, it's not like I'm going to get a Lady Million or anything, because I don't need any. I've still got my Lady Million from a few years back, because I only use it now if I'm out the house without Rufus. So like if I go over and see Kirsty, when we go, what was it, across the Pennines? No, over the Channel, across the Pennines and over the Irish Sea, when we go to see Kirsty. Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like there's no, there's just not, there's nothing else I need. What was I saying? Yeah, so that's when I wear perfume, is if I go over to there, or if I'm out of the house and not seeing him, or not being around Rufus for a few hours, because then by the time I come home, it's like, it's eased off enough for it not to be a problem. Yeah, the Nars, thank you. The Nars Mascara is a 2-coater, a bit mere at first, but give it a few minutes to dry, then another coat should do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm finding second time around, it's actually not bad. It's a little bit spider leggy though. Oops, I've just managed to get it on my lid. I'll have to wait for that to dry. It's a little bit spider leggy, a bit clumpy, but it might just need a little bit of working with, to be fair. Oh, Jessica's here. Hi, Jess. Hang on. Hope you're all keeping well today. Well, I am. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, we seem to be. You've that trip to that there London to budget for, and Furry Holly Willoughby. Yeah, absolutely. Let us know if you've got dates or anything yet, Ed. Your biggest feast was winter night towards the end of October. You do a small Mother's Night on the 24th, and then you celebrate on the full moon in January as the big midwinter feast. That's really interesting. Renata. Do you not celebrate it on the 21st then? That's really interesting. Jess, no, we don't do tarot on this channel, my darling. Only on the other channel. You are going to get in some of those AirPoddy type things that you mentioned. They're really good. Do you know what? I purposely have not charged mine. And bearing in mind, oh, hang on, just on here. Bearing in mind, I use them, I would say, most days, because I tend to put them in when I'm cooking, because I'll put a YouTube video on when I'm cooking. And then when I'm pottering around, I'll have either a podcasty thing on or something, and it's really good just to like stick them in. And they, as I say, so far we're still on 38% from the initial charge, or 37%. It's just gone down. So from the initial charge, and bearing in mind, I got them for our anniversary, which was 3rd week in October. So or the beginning of the 4th week in October. So what's that? That's probably 5 weeks of use, at least 4 or 5 days a week. And they're really good. They've gone really, really good. I'm really, really I'm impressed. I am really impressed. The first appointment's in 2.5 weeks. Okay, is that when you need me to look after Furry, or are we going to do? Is that later on in January? Then you're thinking of a tattoo gift voucher, because otherwise I ain't never going to get your next ones done. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's a good idea, actually. I might say that to Rufus. Thursdays are makeup and catch up. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's a good name for it. We should have called it that. Not coffee and makeup. Catch up and makeup, makeup and catch up. You're back and the eyes are done. I'm back and the eyes are done. I'm back and the brows are done. Manny MUA. I know, right? You had to take a call. Has anyone tried Manny MUA's makeup? I've got to say, actually, this mascara is looking quite nice. Now it's on, and I've built it up a couple of layers. It's looking really good. Sam, hello, Sam, my darling. Good afternoon, Lisa. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Sam. How are you, love? You finished all your Christmas shopping. Really? You've no idea what your best mate is getting you. She never asks what I want, but always gets it right. Aww. Jess is saying hello to everyone that said hello. Neat saying hi to Sam. You don't celebrate Christian feasts and now follow the Norse moon calendar and the feasts that go with that. Fantastic. That's really cool. That's really cool, Renata. Oh, I'm so glad you found your stride again. I'm really pleased about that. I like this. I like this mascara. I'm going to have to give it a few more uses and see what I think. But first impressions, that's quite good. That is quite good. Ruby's just given me Eddie's ball. What have you given me that for? Put it back over there. Thank you. Thank you. No, you can't get up either because you've managed to get your knickers off in the last couple of hours. Yeah, so thank you for that, Rubes. No. Right, let's try the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm still going to do these adverts, by the way. I'm still looking at the adverts. You haven't tried any Luna Beauty yet, but that red liquid lip of his looks nice. Yeah. I am looking at alternative companies to JSC for my lipsticks, but Alfie just sat on a space hopper. But yeah, so I might look into that because I just really like the JSC formula. Sam, it's cold. You're fitting doorbells, door bows. Oh, as in for Christmas bows. And you need a hot chocolate. Are you barking? Are you barking at the boy next door? Are you? Good girl. No, that doesn't mean come on the sofa. Stay there, good girls. God, Jesus. Be later in January if that's all right. Getting a lift down with Jamie so we can take her. What? So we can take her with us. What? Yeah. I'm confused. I thought I was coming over and looking after her. I don't know. I'm confused. Charlotte Tilbury's doing masterclass. Really? Oh, Charlotte Tilbury's been doing masterclasses. Darlings, that wasn't the voice, was it? Where's the voice gone? Why can't I do my Charlotte Tilbury anymore? Darlings, it's somewhere there. Darlings, have you tried Charlotte Tilbury? Yeah, anyway, we're going to try the sample. We're going to try the sample of the Wonder Glow primer. So I've got no idea how much. Ooh, it's tinted. Oh, I don't like tinted primers. What? Why has it got... Okay, it's got a tint to it. I don't understand. I mean, it looks glowy as all how. It looks almost like a highlighter. Yeah. Okay, well, this is what we're using today. So this is what we're using today. So I've done absolutely zero research on how this is supposed to be applied. So we're just gonna see. Oopsie, there we go. Oopsie. Oh, it's got a really, oh, it's got a really old lady smell to it. Oh, it's got an old-fashioned perfume smell to it. Isn't it like your Jecca Black glowy? I don't know. I mean, it sort of, but look on my finger. Look, it looks absolutely tinted. It looks like it's almost like a skin color one. I mean, it's not showing up on my face like that. I mean, a little bit on my forehead, to be fair, it is, but yeah, I mean, it does look quite similar to the glow drops, except it's leaving more of a. I bet this has got I bet this has got magnesium sulfate or whatever it is in it. Yeah, I bet it will have. Again, I can't see on the packaging, but it's got a weird. I tell you what, I've got the glow drops here. Let's have a little comparison. I mean, I guess it looks. Yeah, no, it looks very, very similar to the glow drops. Like very similar. That's the Charlotte Tilbury there, and that's the glow drops. Yeah, yeah. But that's what she started the segment. Darling, I'm going to show you, darling. Unless Jamie blobs, you're confused too. Let me know what you want me to do, Ed. You heard it smells of old ladies. It smells like a perfume. Does it? Oh my God, it's horrible. It's not a pleasant smell. It's an old lady smell. Right. Okay. So I guess I'm just going to use the rest of that Wonder Glow. I know. Right, here on my chin, we'll do half here. On my chin and on my smile lines on that side, we'll use the Charlotte Tilbury. And on this side, we'll use the Jecca Black. Okay, so this could be down to lighting, but can you see the difference on this side? Looks a lot more glowy than this side. Like, look on my chin. You can see, look. I mean, let me try and get as fair a comparison as possible. So this was the side with the Charlotte Tilbury, and the light is there. I do have a light just here. So I'll tell you what, let's put this light on. So let's do the fairest of fair tests. This is straight on. The light is just slightly to that side. Yes, Mr. Eddie. I think this side looks glowier. I really do. I honestly do. And this is the side with the Jecca Black. Like, look, you can actually see the line kind of down the middle of my face. You can see that there is the difference. You can also see where I've just missed a whole patch there. But I wasn't expecting this to be a glowy primer. I don't know what I thought. I mean, the clue is in the bloody title, to be fair, isn't it? Wonder Glow. But yes, Mr. Eddie, I know. Thank you very much for your contribution. But I've got to say that if this was a straight... the smell is very off-putting. It is very old lady. It's nice. It's a nice enough formula. And I mean, you can see it on my cheeks. You can see it's glowing on both sides. So I guess it does the job. It absolutely does the job. Right, let's go in then with the, do I have the matte? Because this is the slightly dewier one. Do I have the Fit Me, the matte one that I was using? Did I put that away? Oh no, it's here. Right then, we'll give it the ultimate test. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And this is in the shade Ivory 115. This is the one that I use. Normally I put the glow drops into it, but this is the one that I use, that I started using. I picked it up a couple of weeks back from Boots because it's the one that Nady from Pop Lux recommends a lot. He uses it all the time. And finally I was like, look, I love their Dream Radiance one. It's got a bit of hyaluronic acid in. It is a bit glowy in and of itself, but occasionally you don't always want to glow, do you? So that's why I thought I'll try this one. I've got a brand new makeup sponge. Do you love using a new makeup sponge? Is there anything nicer than using a brand new out of the packet makeup sponge and you're just like, oh, it's got a sharp edge, it's got no nicks in it, it hasn't got any staining on it, it's absolutely lovely. And then you start using it and instantly it's like, it just looks muddy. But yeah, so we'll try this with the basic matte formula. Okay. So on this side, where we did put the jacket, I tell you what, let's be totally transparent, because I did put the Jacket Black all over this side when I rubbed it in. So let's give Charlotte Tilbury, darlings, we'll give Charlotte's Wonder Glow a genuine try. We shall see. I mean, it cost me, what, 50p? So we're not worrying about it. So we're just going to put this all over this side just as heavily. Oh, I've just done that. Oh, I did do that already, didn't I? I did do that. My brain's, as I'm applying a second layer, I'm like, I've done this already. Jesus, I did do it all over my face. Oh, well, there we go. So we're doubling up on the Charlotte Tilbury side. So this should be extra glowy. Right, okay, that's what we're doing. So I forgot that I put it on. Fibro Brain, I know, right? So another dollop of me Maybelline. And the thing I like about this one is it is really cheap. This foundation is really cheap. But again, I've been playing with it all week. It is totally buildable. It really is very buildable. And again, most days I've been using it with the Jacket Black Glow Drops to add a glowiness into a matte foundation. It sounds really weird, but I found that this has worked really well with using that and the dimethicone primer. So using a silicone primer and using this over the top, because it's matte, it's worked. With the Dream Radiant one, that really doesn't play well with a silicone primer or any dimethicone in the primer. So yes, poreless and blurring, but then the foundation, you put it on and it starts going into all my lines, which is a bit horrendous. So yeah, so I found that the matte one, I can use, I am really going over the sodding eyeshadow, aren't I, with this? That's going to be really annoying. I've just managed to, that's the only thing I found, is that if you do your foundation first, like, you've got to be extra careful. Ruby, get down. That's it. Because you took your knickers off, you can't get up on the sofa. Oh, I know, Eddie Munster. I know. Kirsty, you're back again. You're sat stuffing your face, and the troll is restrained in his chair, so you can get a wee rest. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, so far, Kirsty, this side we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Darlings, the Wonder Glow, and this side we've got the Jacket Black. So yeah, and we're using the Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, which is a different foundation to the one I normally use, but I am really enjoying it at the moment. So yeah, so that is where we're up to. You'll wonder if you'll see a difference, Kelly. I know, right? Once the foundation's on. Ed says you can't go wrong with stuff in your face, Kirsty. Well, you can if you're at Slimming World. Now, Slimming World, I'm not going to talk too much about the results because obviously it's in a Saturday car vlog and I want you all to go and watch that. But all I'm going to say is that this week it is almost as expensive on Team C's as it has been in the entire time I've done my Team C's up to now. So that tells you what direction my Slimming World went in last week, which is so annoying because I have been totally 100% on plan all week. Like 7 sins a day on plan. So, yeah. You can't stop saying Charlotte Tilbury like that. And you've now got your cousin doing it too. Oh, my God. What have we started? Charlotte Tilbury. Hello, I'm Charlotte Tilbury. Darlings, have you tried my new... Oh, she doesn't do that, does she? She goes, darlings, have you tried my new Pillow Talk? It sounds totally orgasmic. I know. You're flipping starving, as is. I thought you were going to say you're flipping pancakes for a split second. That's why my brain was like, you what? As is the troll, judging by the way he's tucking into his. I know, right? Absolutely. He snuffs a snuffle. I know. That's what he's doing. They all want to come up on the sofa, Ed. But the girls, when they're blobbing, they can't, obviously. Not unless they've got their knickers on, which Ruby keeps taking off. Right. So we're getting there, everyone. We are getting there. So now I'm using the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat concealer, just to add a softer concealer under my eye. I find that that Becca one is very, 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 very tough. So yeah, so a little bit of concealer on, going up into that corner and then back, being very mindful of around the base, like around the shadow on the top. So there we go. Okay, I've got to say, with that second layer on the Charlotte Tilbury side, it is now looking glowier than the Jekka Black side. But it did take two attempts. Just on my cheek here, I don't know whether you can see the difference. Like, hang on, it was this side. Yeah, so this side was Charlotte Tilbury. So like here on the cheek, you can see on this side, it's a bit more beaming than on this one. You missed me saying Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk. You've got to get him fed and cleaned up by 2 as he's got a physio appointment at home, which will hopefully tire him out after so he has a nap. Oh, bless him. Bless him. Ed, healthy snacks. What's healthy snacks, my darling? Darling, Pillow Talk. So yeah, overall, did I do my nose? I think I did I must have done. Yeah. I think, like, hang on, let's have a look. So if I take that light off, with the light on, you can really see a difference. I don't mind either side, to be fair, but I do see it is very very similar to the Jekka Black Glow Drops. But yeah, you can see a difference. See, this one is, hang on, this is the Jekka Black side. Oh, actually, I think they're very. Oh, I'm very confused now, because look, if I turn this light off, the light's coming from there. I think they look pretty similar. To be fair, I think they look really, really similar. Um, on here, right here on the cheeks, this side is looking a bit more glowy. But the under eye and this whole area on this side is looking more. Maybe I just didn't put it a lot on there, but it's yeah, interesting. Whatever I put on my under eyes, it looks a bit baggy now to you. Be careful with the shine. That was just the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat concealer. I haven't powdered it yet. I'm going to powder it now, and I'm actually going to use the yellow flower power by, or setting powder rather, by Jecca Black. No, it's not. Stop saying Jecca Black. It's by Beauty Bakery. Right. So this is all I'm going to use, and I'm using the tiniest bit of the powder on a puff puff, and I'm just going to tap the puff puff off, and I'm actually going to press the powder into the puff puff, and then push it into place. So I'm not baking, I am just pushing that into place. So really pushing that powder in. So there we go. That helps. But also I've got to say that it does look like the bagginess under here is just, that's just how my eyes are now. Like I don't get a regular good night's sleep, so I do get some eye bags coming in. But hey ho, that's what Botox will be for eventually. Right, let's go in and clear up that little bit of mascara that I messed up that got onto the lid just there. There we go, that's gone. Actually, it didn't take away too much of the shadow underneath. So that's really good. Right, so I still need to, no, we'll use the other powder for that. So I've got my standard Beauty Bakery Oat translucent powder for a setting powder overall in a minute. But before I set the face, let's go in with the cream products. So I'm using the Barry M Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Creams. And I don't even know what shade this one is in. Is it got a shade? It must have shades. Or maybe it doesn't. It's bad if it doesn't. I don't know. I'm sure there was a deeper one than this. Oh well, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, this is what the contour stick looks like. It just looks like a contour stick. You all know what a contour stick is. So here we go. A little bit of contour in my life. A little bit of, look at that, that is dark. A little bit of, oh my God, how dark. I know, right? It's very dark, but it will be fine. It will be fine. Have faith in the process. So I'm then using the highlighter shade, and I'm using that under there, on there, and down there. Right, now, I know, right? I feel like Kim Kardashian West. A puff puff. You shouldn't be as entertained. It is a puff puff. That's literally what it's called. It's called a puff puff. Right. So taking my finger and using my finger to blend this out. See, it works. It's a little bit deep just there, but that will be fine in a second. That will blend out. And we'll do the same on this side. So it's definitely given me that look. I think I went a bit too high just there. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of it again, that highlight color, just on the top, on both sides, just like that. And again, a little bit underneath, and we'll blendy, 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 blend. Now, I do prefer using my fingers to blend these because I find, again, a bit like your concealers, it helps when you warm up the products. It does. That's not a bad contour. Anita says that's not a bad contour, to be fair. It blends out lighter than it looks. It actually does, yeah. That actually seems to be blending out okay. It does. It's not bad. I've used it a few times. Again, I'm getting better now at only using products that I already kind of know how they work on camera, a little bit. So I did know that this will blend. It did take a little bit of, Anita is right, you have to put it on and then do it fairly fast because otherwise it can just set down. But I am going to veil this in a second anyway with a little bit of powder. But again, using the cream, I mean, they're okay products. When it blends out, it does give quite a subtle kind of, quite a subtle contour. There is a warmer tone one. No, other side. There is a warmer tone one that you can use as well, which is actually quite good for bronzing. But I don't tend to bronze an awful lot. This side, right? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Blendy, 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 blend. Yeah, absolutely. Have you joined a Kardashian stream? No, darling, it's not a Kardashian stream. It's a Charlotte Tilbury stream, darlings. And then go in with my cream blush, and I take it all the way up like that. Look at that. Complete Aunt Sally going on. So on the apple, I know, right? I know. I have watched all the TikTok trends. I know that on the apple is now really old-fashioned and it's really ages you. But also, I've got to say, I don't care. It's how I like it. So yeah, and also I think it kind of works on my face shape. It's still funny though because a mate calls you Puffy Puff Puff. Oh, you see, that's probably why you're being a bit hesitant with cream products, because you can't just use your fingers to blend any part of your makeup. It's a you thing. Yeah, it's that's the thing though. It really does need to be the warmth of your fingers. Like it really does. It needs that extra. It really does need that extra. What's that? Yes, take blush up higher to slim your face. Yeah, that's what I do. I take it all the way up. Absolutely all the way up, so into the hairline. But I do also put it here on my apples as well, because I do find that if I just put it kind of where all the TikTokers put it, then I've got no blush. And I like blush looking like I've got blush on. You know what I mean? It's if you're going to use blush, it's like putting eyeshadow on and then having a nude eyeshadow that is exactly your skin color and saying you're wearing eyeshadow. If it's exactly the same as your skin color, you might as well not be wearing any. So yeah. Anyway, that's the blush. Again, let's take that off so you can see it in more natural light. That's the blush. And the contour all now done. So we're going to go in and do a quick bit of setting powder just over everything, just to kind of set it into place. But before I do my setting powder, this is a tip that I've picked up over the years, and I like using it with cream products. So what I'm doing is just using my setting spray just over my cream products and over the foundation. And then I'm going to allow that to set and dry down. And then I'm going to put a powder on to kind of mattify everything just a little bit. Because for me, I do quite like that matte. I like it set with a powder rather than just with a spray. But again, it is personal preference. And what I like to do is just tap off my Puff Puff and then put a little bit, just use the Puff Puff to kind of push the setting powder into place. Not the setting powder, sorry, the setting spray. So that's how I like to do that. And then that kind of helps. Now you can just do that. Like, that's not a bad finish. I've got to say that doesn't look too bad. But for me, with my skin, I know that it needs just a little bit of powder just to set it. So as that is now pretty much dried down enough, I'm just going to do a quick veil with a powder just to kind of blend all of those colors together and just give us that really nice soft glow. And again, it just really helps for me. It just really helps with like the lines and stuff. And it just helps merge everything in to a much softer look. Right, so you'll notice I haven't done any highlighter yet because I haven't got a cream highlighter, or at least not one that I really like. Because I did look, because I know that Neat likes her cream blush, so I thought I'll get the cream bronzer out, the contour kit out, and we'll have a look. So actually, that now is looking quite nice. It's set. It's a very soft glam. We're now going to add in a little bit of highlighter, a bit of sparkle. So I've got the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter in Mean Money and Hustler Baby. Oh, which is this one here. There we go. And I'm going to use the sparkly side today with my little highlighter brush, if I can find it in the roll. There it is. So I'm using the slightly pinker side, if that makes sense. And I'm going to place this just around the eye, just a little bit here, just to give it a little bit of definition. There we go. And now I'm going to use this same highlighter, right, with the little eyeshadow brush we used before. So the same highlighter that's under my eyes, I'm just picking that up and I'm going to place that on that absolute center of the eyeshadow because of the halo look. So just really popping that central color. That's a really good match, actually. It's a little tiny bit lighter, but not intense, not like ridiculously light. So that's really nice. That is really nice. That palette needed this. It needed it just to be a slightly brighter, bolder look. And then just adding that same highlight color into my inner corner and then just gently taking it up. So let me show you that on this side. So applying it on the inner corner and then gently blending it up like so. So again, it's that same from the highlighter on the lid and in the inner corner, it's the one shade. It just helps pull all of that together. And even though there's not a lot left on the brush, I'm just using it just a little tiny bit on the tip of my nose and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And just a tiny bit on the chin. So that's literally all the highlight that I'm doing, but you can see it's enough with those glow drops and that Charlotte Tilbury one, the Wonder Glow. There's enough of a glowy look to actually, you know, this is fine for going out. Absolutely fine for going out. Now, do I have my eyebrow color? That's going to be the question. If not, I'm going to use that. I don't think I do. Right. Okay. We're just going to use that same makeup palette. That's what we're going to use today. So then for eyebrows, I will go in with, oh, that's going to be too deep. We'll go in with this shade 4, this fourth one in. I'm not even sure whether that's going to show up as eyebrow. Yeah, it will do. It will do. Oh, do I want to add a little bit of that one? Right, let's try that. What does that look like? Yeah, okay. It's going to be too red. It's going to be too red. Never mind. Let's just go for it. Oh, yes. That's way too red. Right, instantly stopping there. And let's just use the darker brown that we were going to use. Right, that's a bit better. There we go. If I smudge it out, smudge it down, that doesn't look too bad at all. Actually, okay. See, the brows just make it, don't they? The brows just make it. Like with the tattooing, you can definitely see that the brow is here on this side. There's definitely an eyebrow shape there, but it's just when it's darkened up, especially now I've gone for a slightly, this palette's a bit warmer than I would normally go for. It really just helps the face pop. It really does just help me frame my face. I've got to say as well, Kelly, those hairburst gummies, they have done an amazing job, a really, really amazing job on my hair, my eyebrow hairs, my eyelashes. Like they really have been phenomenal. So thank you for recommending those. As I say, I'm now on month 3, so they are doing really, really, really well. What's that? Your base looks good, very soft and rosy. Thank you. You don't want to look sunburnt in December. No, absolutely. You can't be doing the Rudolph look. I don't mind putting a little bit of blush just up onto my nose, a tiny little bit. I think it can look quite nice, actually, to be fair. I think it can look quite, if you're careful with it, if you're subtle with it, it can actually look quite nice. But again, it's very easy. Like, it's that thing, isn't it? It's that thing where you're like one brush away, one application away from it being too much. Like, there's a fine line. You put a little tiny bit on, and then you're like, oh, you can't really see it. I'll put another bit on. Oh, now I look like I've been punched in the face. Like, there's that fine line, and it's really hard to get just that sort of, you can see it, but you don't look like you've been crying, or you've had a snotty nose for the last month. You know what I'm saying? So let me just, with my spoolie, I just take down the very front bit just to give that more of a natural, so it looks more like I've got eyebrow hairs there. And smudge that one down there like so. There we go. So there we go. There's me brows. Nearly done, everyone. We're nearly done. I've got some lip liner to do and some lippies, and that's that. It's definitely one that you've tried and found noticeable results. I'm glad to hear they've worked for you too. What's that? What's oh, the hair burst. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, my hair itself is looking, I mean, it desperately needs cutting. To be fair, it really does. But like, you can see it's starting to look a lot thicker, a lot fuller. The grey's coming through really nicely as well. I'm going to end up looking like Laurie Strode from the last Hellraiser film, where she's got the long hair. Is that the last one? I don't know, but yeah. Lips, that's what I was doing. Right, lips. So I'm using the JSC lip pencil in Cherry Wet. I just love this. I think it's a really nice lip pencil. Oopsie. Okay, well, I've overdrawn my top lip just a little bit. How to ruin it in the last 2 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Jesus. This is such a nice pencil. Like, I hate that he's so problematic because his products are so bloody good. There we go. Right, I don't actually have the cherry wet lipstick. It's something I really should get because I do really, really like it. But I am, for this look, because we've gone for quite a neutral soft glam eye, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Life's, what is it? Oh, Life Snow Pink Nick, and it's basically this one. It's the bright red, bright red. Apart from that top lip slip, I know I went a bit overboard, but it's fine. You used the We Are Paradox 3-in-1 hair treatment last night. Used it as a leave-in conditioner, and you really like it. Oh, that's really good to know, Ness. I'll have to have a look for that one then. Right, let's have a look. Oh yeah. That really did go too high. That's really nice. Uh-uh. Okay. Okay. So then. The only thing I haven't done is my lower lash line. And I've forgotten it because I was doing my blooming because this is the thing, right? Has anyone else found this? If you do your eyes first, right, I can't do my lower lash line and then do my base. I just can't make that work for me. So what I do is I'm looking for my corner brush. So what I do is I go in afterwards and then do my lower lash line because I just cannot make it work. Does anyone have any tips for making, like, for being able to do a smoked out under eye and then doing your concealer in your base? Because I cannot make that shit work for love nor money. I really can. It just doesn't, like, I have to do a very, like, if I do a bright black or something, like a liquid black, then I can make it work because I take it up to that. But I know, right? Renata says, very 1940s Hollywood lips. Well, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking of, like, with a soft glam eye, I like going for a bold red lip. And this has got a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. So again, for a festive look, for a Christmas party look or something, I think it's just a nice way of putting that little festive touch on it, isn't it? So I'm going to use I'm going to use the, what should I use? I know, I'm going to use this same one here. The one that I use is the transition shade. So that's the fourth one in, if anybody is still keeping track. And yeah, you always have to do it at the end. Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me then. I'm just using that one all over. Like so. So that's very subtle, okay? So the fourth shade in, very subtle. Like so. And then I'm just going to smudge that out ever so slightly. Just take that a little bit wider just to give that sort of slightly more party look. And then I'm going in with that dark brown shade, but using the tiniest amount and then tapping off. So, and this is just for that real outer corner. Just there. I don't know whether you can see. Well, that is exactly what this look needed. It needed that to absolutely pull that together. Wowza. This is a good palette, you know. There we go. That's pretty much the finished look. I keep looking at my lower lashes thinking, do I want to put some mascara on the lower lashes? Do I want to? Yeah, go on. Go on. We'll use, where did I put that? Oh, it's in my kit now. We'll put a little bit of this on the lower lash line. Just a little dab. This is where it's all going to go tits up, isn't it? Because it's not a thin wand. It's not a little wand. So this is where it's going to go absolutely everywhere. Right. Oh no. I like. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, this totally needed the lower lashes doing. This totally needed that. Now that is proper. That is, I feel party ready now. Look at that. So there we go, everyone. This is what the look looks like finished. What do you think? What do you think? I feel now like I need to have a big on glam moment. Like I need my hair done all nice in some proper barrel rolls, or even, do you know what? Even actually, have I got a hair thingy here? Have I got one in my bag? Hang on, I might have one in my handbag. A handbag! Do I have a grip? Do I have a grip? I wasn't planning on doing an updo, but maybe. Do I not have a grip? Do I not have a grabby thing? I've got some. Oh, actually, that might work. Here we go. Here we go. We'll try. Do I not have a grabby thing at all? No, apparently I don't. I've got 2 Slimmer of the Week fridge magnets, though, or Slimmer of the Month, or Slimmer of the whatever they were from Rufus from the last few weeks. So those can come out of my bag. But no, I don't have a blooming a hair grip thing. That's a shame. Actually, that might work. Let's see if I can do it with this. So I feel that this needs a little, just almost like a little updo moment. So if we were to kind of like shove that in there like so. So we've now got a bit of an updo going on. Let's just do the usual, take it slightly down on one side. So there we are, you see. Now, again, imagine that the baby hairs were all tucked in and everything was sort of fully glammed up. Oh, I haven't done a bronzer. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't think it needs it. So there we are. That is the soft glam look that I was going for using the W7 Blazin Palette. I've got to say, I really like this palette. It's actually really good. It's a very neutral look, very, very neutral look. Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to do this look, if you copy this look, please tag me in it on Instagram. So then, look, here we go. Look, this is the Hollywood glam moment. So this is the Hollywood glam, you see, and then you just... What do we think? What do we think? What do we think about the eye look now? Isn't it sexy now? I really like that. I like how this has turned out. And you know me, I tend to go for bold, bright colours. I like the halo look. I like the fact that that's worked really nicely with this palette. I don't tend to do a lot of halo looks because it does tend to be something that's, with my hooded eyes, it can look really dull. But this palette, I will say, if you use this palette, this look has only worked so well because of the because of putting down that liquid base. Now, I don't know how it will work over dry products if you do your foundation first. As I say, I haven't tried that yet, but this absolutely looks really good. What's that? Absolutely neat. And with other dupe palettes other than the W7, so they can be compared. Yeah, absolutely. If I think Ness, you said that you've got the W7, no, the Aldi version of this, so maybe try that. This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat dupe, and this, as I say, I got this in TK Maxx for $2.99. Absolutely for $2.99. So, like, have a look out for it. I think it is absolutely worth it. Would I pay the $6.99 on the W7 website for it? To be honest, probably not, because I know that it is available in places like B&M. Would I pay a $5 for it? Yeah, I would. I would pay a $5 for it. Would I pay the $6.99, the £7 that... Do you know what? If I was in the market, if I didn't have such a makeup collection and I was in the market for a neutral, warm tone, but with a couple of those cool tone looks, then yeah, I think I would absolutely go for this for £7. I don't think it, like, I've got no arguments with it at all. The colour's been really good. It's swatched like an absolute arse. Like, the swatches did not look good at all. However, they are still there, and that is after, you know, a fair few you know, my jumper's been up and down, up and down, up and down. So in all honesty, and actually giving it a wipe with a wet micellar water wipe, look, there are still some shades there. So I think in terms of like pigment, it's definitely got it. In terms of blendability, you saw how easy it was to blend this out. It really, really nice to blend out. You saw how easy it was to actually build up and to get kind of the look. It didn't take a lot of building up at all. I think this would get, what, maybe a 9 out of 10? Maybe a 9 out of 10 for how easy it was. The thing that I think it really does need is it needs a gold. But that would be the same from the Urban Decay one. And the fact there's a bit of fallout and this shade's a bit crumbly. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth one in, the shimmer one here, is a little bit crumbly. But again, for $2.99, I don't think you can go wrong. And I absolutely really like how this has turned out. I think I look really pretty, and I don't say that very often, but yeah, there we are, everyone. Oh, thank you, Ed. Ed says the lippy really suits me. Thank you. It's just a basic cheapo Wet n Wild, but again, makeup shouldn't be about the amount of money you're spending. It really shouldn't. It should be about the application of the makeup, and it should be about the creativity. It shouldn't be about like you shouldn't have to spend £50 on an eyeshadow palette to get a decent look. You shouldn't have to. And it's been sat in your drawer untouched for how long? About 18 months. So yeah, there's more as well. There is more in my drawer. There is more in my drawer that I haven't used. There's some that I haven't even unboxed. Like this one, I had to unseal it today. So yes, so Anita's going to do the, hang on, what's that? You agree, Lise? Definitely missing a bright gold shimmer. Absolutely. But again, you saw I just added that on, that little touch of gold with the Fenty highlighter. I could have used any highlighter, to be fair, like a sleek one or a Revolution one or a high-end one. It really doesn't matter. But this is just the Fenty one that I pulled out. So I could have used the JSC, like I've got... what's this one? Wet Dream by the Supreme Frost one. I could have used that and it would have done the same thing, just on the eyes, just to give it that central pop. But there you go, everyone. Anita's going to do the look using the actual palette, and Nessa's going to do the Lacura one. And absolutely. Post the pictures, and I will then take those pictures, or you can send me them as well, and I'll do a 3-way comparison. So yeah, that'll be really interesting. But what I'm also going to do is I will wear this for the whole of the day and do a proper wear test, and I will post a picture at the end of the day on Instagram of how this is weared and to see whether or not it has actually lasted. So because I'm going to do that, I will just do my finishing setting spray. This, I really like this one, the Extra Hold Fixing Mist by Makeup Obsession, the Stay Extra one. It's got a really pleasant smell to it. And actually, it really does help blend everything in and keep the products on your face. And it's sold as a fixing spray rather than a setting spray. So that tells you that it does fix it to your face. It doesn't kind of blend it in, but it does. But it's sold as a hairspray, basically. So there you go, everyone. That is the finished look. That is today's stream. Let me know next week if you want to do more budget brands. Should we do a higher end brand? Let me know what you'd be into, everyone. What do you want to see next week on our coffee and makeup? I must say I'm really enjoying doing these because I love you all know how much I love playing with makeup. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous how much this brings me joy, as that declutter person says. It really does bring me immense joy, and especially when I can, use some of these. I mean, again, I am not a makeup artist, right? I am not a makeup artist. I am not an expert. I am just a makeup enthusiast who has been using makeup on stage and off for many, many, many years. And it gave me a bit of experience in different techniques and using different products. So a halo eye isn't something that I've ever done on camera. I don't think. Have I ever done a halo eye? I don't remember. I don't think I have. I know, right, Ed? Miss Scarlett O'Hara. It is a little bit, isn't it? It is very, this is what I need. This is exactly what I need. Here we go. I need a nice silk scarf, you see. I need a nice silk scarf, and it needs... I thought the dog was on the sofa then. It's a blooming thing here on the side. I could see the thing. I was like, oh, what's that? It needs a nice silk scarf, but then it needs it to be, where they do it like a headscarf, like that. There we go. That's what this needs to be. And I need to feel like I'm, going in the back of a sports car, in the back of a convertible sports car. Here we go, like that, you see. There we are, in the back of a convertible sports car, or in the passenger seat with a long cigarette on a cigarette holder. So let's just create the fantasy, shall we? Here we go. A bit like that. There we go. Oopsie, the lipstick's too wet. There we are. You see, that's what you need. It is a bit Jackie O, a bit minor celebrity going for a facelift. You know what I mean? It's a bit like me, work done. I don't know what you mean. Oh. It's like, okay, boys, fasten your seatbelts. We're in for a bumpy ride. Love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's my Hollywood glam fantasy moment. It really is. It's Betty Davis. I should do a Betty Davis look one day. We should do a Betty Davis look one day with the properly bold eyes. Fab Live as always, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and hopefully speak to you on Sunday's tarot reading live stream over on Beyond Authentic from 7 p.m. UK time. Absolutely. I've got to let the dogs out. I've got to let little mister out because he is going to be... Oh, well, actually, he's asleep. I'm going to change my nail polish now because this needs red. It needs to be very red. Yeah, absolutely needs red. But yes, there we are, everyone. Thank you so much. Hopefully I will see some of you on Sunday evening over on Beyond Authentic. The Eye is a 1 for some tarot readings and things over there. If you don't know, I do a weekly live stream where you can get a free tarot reading. It's called the Sunday Session, and some of the lovely, gorgeous people from this chat are actually my live moderators on a Sunday. So we've got a lovely team over there that keep everything nice and friendly, so we don't have any trolls or anything. So that's a lovely, lovely live stream. And then, of course, Of course, as always, I will be back here next Thursday morning, 11 a.m. UK time, with another makeup look. Let me know. I will put a post up on Thursday morning, in probably about 8 o'clock Thursday morning. Let me know what palettes and what we should do next week. I think I'm going to do another. I think we're going to carry on with the festive looks, the sort of soft party looks, getting ready for the Christmas sort of period, Christmas season, because I think it's something that, again, like you could, if you just did this without the shimmer, you could wear this to work. Absolutely, in the office is just like a basic look, and then add in the shimmer, add in the halo eye element, and be ready for a party. I have a lovely nail polish. Actually, I've got a. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the green? Well, I've got the green one. Where's the red one? There it is. I have a stunning. This is also like dirt cheap. I think this was $2.99. It's the Barry M again, the same ones that I used all the products on. Crystal Rock. It's a red. It looks a little bit more orangey on the camera just here because of the light, but it is actually a really nice red glitter with like a gold, like a slight gold glitter in it as well. So it's like a red and gold. It's perfect for Christmas season. Absolutely perfect. And again, it was really cheap. You enjoyed it again today. Thanks, Lisa. I would be lost without Thursday catch up whilst working from home. Exactly. Thank you, Neat. And again, like the blue look and this look, we've got you covered, Neat. Let me know what look you want to see next week, Anita, and we'll try and do that as well. So yeah, anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I hope you've had a lovely stream. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week, and a lovely weekend. And as we always say, stay you, stay safe, stay authentic, and I'll see you next time. By the way, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and you too can become part of the coffee morning crew here on Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty. So you get one of these. But that is it from us today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.